So, yun. I think that being said, so by the way, our firm basically does these services, and that gave us more exposure to these topics on VAT compliance. Okay, so by the way, good morning for those attending live online. Naka-live na, no? Ayan. So, I think this is our first time again. Our first time again. First time na again pa. To conduct a face-to-face seminar. We used to do it in Makati before pandemic. But during pandemic, we barked for webinars, and this is the first time. Kaya, pasensya nyo, nakaban ako masyado. Okay, so sige. So much for that. Meron kang laser. Okay, so coverage. We are up to 11:30. Okay, and we'll be dealing with all this. So, the title is, mahabang title nila, I just shortened on my slide, VAT compliance and updates related to VAT compliance. Okay, so, the VAT system. I'm sure most of you are CPAs or accounting graduates, and you have this subject in your college, and you repeated this in your review in college, and again repeated during your CPA review, and also if you are dealing with practice, you are doing most probably TaxAcctg. So we can take this as a review reminder. In case you missed the doubt in college, then we'll take it as it is. Okay. Then the legal basis and references. Okay, so I copied, I browsed what are those laws related to VAT and related revenue regulations. Okay, so I just set aside revenue memorandum circulars and other BIR issuances. Okay, then after that, the discussion is patterned after VAT computation. Okay, we say output VAT, input VAT, VAT payable, and etc. other matters. Okay, so it's like we have this output VAT, input VAT, then returns and reports, then related matters. Okay, so let us agree. How about question and answer? Would you want to do it along the way, or would you want to do it later part? So in post for a break, I mean before the end of the program, we get your questions, then I'll share my views on your question. So alin ang gusto niyo? As we go along, or matapos, then question and answer. Ano? Jose is pagkatapos na. Sige nga. May see your hands. Okay, so majority agad. Okay, but anyway, here is what we can do. While it is on screen, isulat nyo yung tanong nyo, then we cannot delay this. Get your questions para mamaya I'll read. Okay, so maybe we can skip reading your names. Atin-atin na lang yun. Okay, just your question. Okay, okay sa inyo. And for those attending online, you can please send your questions in the chat group. Okay, so I understand you can chat your questions. So just feel free to type your questions in the chat, and we'll take time to read that as well and share your views. Okay, so features of the VAT system. So first one, it is a business tax. Okay, so of course you have your business tax, you have excise tax, right, in the classification. This one is a business tax, considering that VAT is imposed upon those engaged in trade or business. Okay, so meaning if you are selling something, normally you are charged VAT, or you are charging VAT. But that is on the premise that you're doing it in relation to a trade or business. Okay? Why? If you sell something, but you're not doing trade or business, the question is, will that be vatable? The answer is no. Okay? I have, let's say, my cup that I use at home, and I will sell that. Cellphone na lang. I have my cell phone. I'm not a trader of phones, cell phones. I will sell this. to Ma'am Lee, and she will buy it. So it's a personal transaction. The question is, will this be battable? The answer is no. But if I am into trading of cell phones, then every sale I will be battable. Okay? So that's what it means by a business tax. Okay. Tax on value added. So if you would note, this would mean that you will be taxable, okay, but you will be taxable on the value, on the markup that you add on the selling price. Okay? So remember, pasa-pasa ito. Okay? For example, I'm a trader. I would sell my cell phone for, let's say, 20,000. Okay? I'm a trader. I sell my cell phone, 20,000 to Ma'am Lee. So I bought this for 15,000 plus VAT. Okay? 15,000 plus VAT. So 15,000, compute 10,000 lang para madali mag-compute. 10,000 plus VAT. So I had paid 1,200 more, right? Then I sell it to Ma'am Lee, 20,000. Oh, tubong lugaw, 100%. Anyway, sample lang naman. Malaya, hindi niya alam ang presyohan. Okay, so 20,000 plus VAT. Okay, so how do we do it? Output VAT less input VAT. So on my sales output, so 20,000, 12%, 2,400, right? Then I just bought it. So output less input. Okay? So meaning the input VAT babawas sa output. So that was 10,000, 1,200. So, well, output VAT is 2,400. Input VAT is 1,200. So, I'll be liable 1,200, right? Saan galing ang 1,200? Okay, so assuming if I will sell this, I bought this 10,000 plus VAT, I'll sell 10,000 plus VAT as well. So magkano output ko? 1,200. Magkano input? 1,200 din. So I have no VAT liability kasi output equals input. It means that the VAT liability was based on the value, on the markup that I added. Okay, kaya tax on value added. Okay, so sige, next one. Tax credit method. Okay, so this has something to do with the treatment of input VAT where in tax, so sometimes on incentives, on treatments, you say deductible expense. Okay, so an item you consider as against gross income, allowable deduction. Or sometimes you say tax credit. So the amount is 100% credited as against the liability. And that is what happens with input VAT. So input is 100% theoretically. Okay, because as will learn later, or as you will recall, mayroong mga nangyaring hindi ka nais-nais sa input VAT. But theoretically, it is 100% reduction as against output VAT. Kaya it is a tax credit method. Okay? Then indirect tax. Okay? Indirect tax would relate to who is burdened by the VAT. Is it the seller or the buyer? Okay? Incidentally, in the rules, it's an indirect tax and it is imposed upon the buyer. So, kanina, yung 1,200 na babayaran, kaninong bulsa pinanggalingan? Kay Ma'am Lee. Di ba? Ako ang nagbayad, kay BIR, because I was the seller. But, I took it from the buyer. So, it is actually the buyer. So, it changes, every time it changes hands from Ma'am Lee, bibenta kay Ma'am, hanggang sa dulo. Okay? So, papasa-pasa lang. Every buyer would pay for the VAT. And nag-a-adjust yun, nagka-cascade. Diba? So that's why in consumption tax, whoever consumes the goods would ultimately shoulder all the value-added tax components added on the selling price. So 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. So kanisa magdadagdag 10,000 hanggang doon kay Alvin. So baka 1.2. Plus VAT. So yung pinasa ko, papasa. So whoever consumed the goods or the service would ultimately shoulder all the value-added tax component. Okay? Nagkakascade, yeah, consumption. So, it is imposed upon consumption. Ibig sabihin, yung sellers, dahil ipapasa lang nila, nare-recover nila yung input VAT. Until such time, it will stop on whoever consumes it. So in other words, it is a tax on consumption. But this consumption is on local consumption. If consumption is intended abroad, export sales, we do not do VAT, zero rated. Hindi yun. Okay? So, the next one, cross-border doctrine and destination principle would relate to consumption tax concept. Okay? Cross-border, going out, crossing Philippine borders, export sales. Okay, so that's zero rated because the consumption is intended abroad. While destination principle, goods destined to be consumed in the Philippines is subject to VAT because the presumption is they are bound to be consumed in the Philippines. Okay, of course, it will, pag nag-U-turn yun, it will apply the other concept. So may input VAT, importation, generally, lahat vatable. May exceptions. Ika nga, for every rule, there is an exception. Okay? But generally, it is vatable. Okay? Whether you do it for personal or for business, generally vatable. Exception, the minimum importation. Balikbayan tax and all that. Okay? So, but the general rule is they are destined to be consumed in the Philippines. That's why they are vatable. Okay? So, references. So, we have this, it started 1988 with Executive Order 273. Well, before that, we have sales tax. We have percentage tax on certain services until it was formalized by this Executive Order number 273. Okay? Then we have RA 7643, sometime 1992 or effective 1992. Okay? That has something to do with filing, monthly, but and the IRA, Internal Revenue Allotment sa LGUs. So remember, taxes collected by LGUs, they get a share from the national, di ba? Babayad ka yung VAT, income tax, and all that, babayad ka sa BIR. Then, consolidate sa National Treasury. Then, it goes back to the LGU via this internal revenue allotment. So that the more business that you can put up in the locality, the more investors you can invite to come here, the more potential taxes they could generate. Real property tax, business tax, local na yun. But internal revenue taxes by BIR, meron share ang local government. Okay? So, yeah. Then we have RA 7716, expanded VAT law. Okay, so it made more changes in the VAT, the tax base, those covered by VAT. So it's more VAT restructuring. And we have 8241, sometime 1997. Okay, amending RA 7716. So it was expanded and the expansion was improved further by 8241. Then comes 1997, they intended to consolidate all existing laws. They have this National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 under RA 8424. So the existing 7716 is amended by 8241 was carried on 8424. Okay? So then after that, you have this RA 8761. Okay, but on professionals, banks, financial institutions, and certain brokers by 2001. Okay, so banks have been at that time subjected to VAT. But of course, these times it is gross receipts tax. So medyo hindi sila sure dati kung ibabat or percentage tax or gross receipts tax. So initially, they put in place VAT ng dalawang isip, yung effectivity by 2001, ginawang 2003. In 2003, VAT exemption on banks, reposing gross receipts tax. So it is what it is now, gross receipts tax. Okay? Then RA 9337, sometime 2005, nagkagulo. Okay? So from 10%, it became 12%. Marami ang inintroduce sa 9337, the capital goods. Capital goods used to be on importation. And you can refund that. Under 9337, as you have noted, ang capital goods, mga 1 million rule, inamortize. Okay? Then at that time, we have the 30% cap. Okay? Yung input VAT, 30% ang gagamitin because mahirap ang buhay nun. They wanted to squeeze collections. Ngayon, nagtatalo ang BIR at saka yung taxpayer practitioner. Si BIR gusto na ang gagamitan mo ng 30% yung output mo. So 30% ng output mo, 70% ng output mo, pwede mong banggain ng input VAT. So, automatically, meron kang 30% na babayaran. Si taxpayer by interpretation. Gusto niya, 70% ng input magagamit as output, regardless kung magkano output. So, it would end up, kung marami siyang input, wala siyang babayaran. Okay? Until, nakialam na si Congress, nagkagulo, nag-hearing, and all that. So, 9361, tinanggal na ang kaguluhan. Tinanggal ang 70%. Okay? Then, fast forward, January 2018, the train. Okay? Train is more on individual income tax, but there are some items related to VAT. Until RA 11534, they create the current one, VAT exemption 0% on registered business enterprises. Okay? So, ito ang medyo material changes. VAT exemptions, yung mga COVID-related items, ayan. So, binigyan ng exemptions. That is on create. Okay? So, as to revenue regulations, 1, 2, mga ilan pa? Apat pa 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 so far. Okay, so by the way, after RA 11534, I think there are 3 more laws. Sorry. Sige. Picturean nyo na. There are 3 more laws amending our tax code. 2 are related to excise taxes, then there's another one on educational institutions. Okay, so, sige. 7-1995. 7-95. Consolidated VAT regulations based on RA 7716. Okay? So, but, yan, na-supersede na yan ng 16-2005. What we have now is Revenue Regulations Number 16-2005. So, theoretically, anything related to VAT, 16-2005 ang iyong titingnan. But, okay, be careful because it underwent a number of amendments. Okay, a number of amendments. So, yung binilang natin. So, that's why you say now, Revenue Regulations Number 16-2005, as amended. So, meaning, you are referring to the last version as last amended by 21-2001. See? Okay, so, sige, balik ko. 16-2005. Actually, it's not the first. Meron RR 14-2005. But that was short-lived. 1 month lang ata, 2 months. Tapos nag-1605. 1605 ang applicable ngayon. Okay? Yan ang ina-amend. Then, we have 2-2007, yung tinanggal ang input cap. Then, 4-2007. Okay. So, right now, zero-rated PESA. Okay, mapapansin nyo. Ang requirement ngayon ni BIR is pre-approval ng transaction. Okay? So, mag-apply ka kay BIR, sasabihin, BIR, zero rated nga ba itong transaction? Sabihin ni BIR, yes. Then, that's the time you apply zero rating. That was the same rule under 16-2005. Okay? Pero, dati na-highlight, automatic zero rating sa export, effective zero rating sa buyers na indirect, may tax exemption. Like under special law PESA. Okay? So, ang nangyari, it seems, wala ko lang, natambakan si BIR ng application. At naging mahirap because of pre-approval eh. Pag wala kang approval, 12%. Meron ka, 0%. Ngayon, nag-file ka kay BIR, hindi naman agad na-approve. Natapos sa transaction, nakolekta na, naubos na, nawaldas na ang bayad, andun pa rin application. Okay? Until such time, RR 407, tinanggal, zero rating, tinanggal ang provision na nagre-require ng prior approval. Okay? Pero ngayon, fast forward, dito sa RMC, RR 21-2001, nire-require na naman. Yung ginagamit niyang reference for application, yung Revenue Memorandum Circular na inisyo nung time ng 2007 pa. Okay? So, yan. Then we have 10-2011, VAT on tax-free transfer of ordinary asset. This was with the previous commissioner, Kim Inares. Okay? So, nag-trade pa kayo ng REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust, DDMPR, REIT, etc. sa stock exchange. Okay? So, meron tayong Real Estate Investment Trust. Ang konsepto noon was income-producing property ililipat into a company called REIT, and REIT will be will become a public company, publicly traded company, so everyone could buy. Okay, the concept was each one of us is given an opportunity to participate in an income-producing property to gain by investing. So under REIT, I think it's 80 or 90%, di ba? Dividend, if you remember in your corporation law, dividend is a management discretion. May kita, may retained earnings, the board will declare dividend based on available retained earnings. Or, they cannot declare. I mean, they may not declare. It's a pandemic. So, if they will not declare, sa corporation code would say section 43 ata, second paragraph, or in that portion, bawal mag-maintain ng retained earnings more than capitalization. There's a penalty. Then, in section 29 tax code, yung IAIT, history na ngayon, tinanggalan ni Create. IAIT, improperly accumulated earnings tax. Because normally, if you declare dividend, may 10% final tax. Ngayon, if you do not declare dividend, you just accumulate it. Maybe you're just avoiding the 10%. So the tax code says before, if you are just avoiding, you are accumulating improperly or for no reason, without justification, then you might as well just be imposed 10%, the same tax. So that's why it's called short tax, short charge tax. Okay? Yeah, it. So yun. So in REIT, okay, in REIT, mandatory by law. REIT are mandated to impose or to declare dividend, I think 80 or 90%. That's why you would know itong mga REIT na mga shares sa stock exchange, I think they do quarterly dividend. Okay? Kaya kung mag-invest ka sa stock exchange, which is sometimes a good thing. I used to have, kaya lang nung ginamit ko, pinulat ko invested ko. Ang malas ko, bagsak. Wala akong choice. Wala akong, salit na mangutang, may interest. Binagsak ko na lang yung investment ko. Hindi makalaki yan. Okay? But the good thing was, at least every quarter, mayroon kang inaantay, inaasahan in a way. Okay, anyway, so, how does that relate to this tax-free transfer? Okay, so yun. Ang transfer, diba, sabi natin, a company, a mall, for example, isang mall, nag-operate. Ang gagawin, is-spin-off. Ililipat ang property ng mall sa isang REIT. How do we do it? How will we do it? Normally, tax-free transfer. In tax-free transfer, Section 40, something, Section 40 C2, ang property ay ililipat sa company, ano ba yan? In exchange for the shares. So the owner of the property becomes an owner of the company. Okay? At least 51% ang sinasabi doon. So yun ang ginagawa sa REIT, dito transfer. Okay? But at that time, sabi dito, if the property is used in trade or business, but applies. Kaya, ang REIT ay nauna before ang 2011. Pero, walang nag-proceed na REIT. Lately lang yun, nabuhay. Because, nasa na yun? Sinabi lately na yung tax-free transfer ay hindi na patable. Nasa train na. Nasa train. Okay? So that's why dumami na ngayon at padami ng padami. Okay? So, kaya yung ibang mga naglalaro sa stock exchange, marami sa portfolio nila ang mga rally because of that concept. Okay, so yun. 16-2011, VAT exemption threshold, yung mga, di ba, yung 1.5, naging 1.9, 2.5, 3.5, etc. So yun yun. Then, 1-2012, mandatory submission of summaries of sales, summaries of purchases. Because before, in 1605, original version, magsa-summaries of sales ka lang kung I think that was 2.5 million ang sales mo or purchases na 1.5. So not all are submitting SLS, SLP. Kaya sometimes pag nagbabangga-bangga si BIR, sasabihin, oh, hindi ka nag-declare because hindi magtugma. Because the buyer is not required to file SLP, the seller is required to file SLS. So hindi magtugma. That's why it became mandatory. All VAT registered, they are required to file SLS, SLP. Ang tanong na mahirap sagutin, wala sa rules, paano kung walang benta? Kasi sabi niya, all VAT registered. Paano kung walang benta? Wala mong lalagay sa summary list of sales, summary list of purchases. Kung walang transaction. Okay? So, in 3-2012, effectivity of 16-2011. Okay? Clarify. Then, 13-2012, VAT on adjacent lots. Okay, I think in here, sa realty, minsan ang daming kalokohan. Condo unit. Ang exemption is 2.5 ata before. Gusto mo na mas malaki na unit, pero ayaw mo ng VAT. Bibilin mo yung isa, tapos bibilin mo din katabi. The exemption is per unit. Kuha. So, 2.5, 2.5. Ngayon, dalawang units mo, 5 million lahat yun, pero wala kang VAT. Kasi kada unit not exceeding 2.5. Talino Pinoy, no? So, nakita yun. Ba, loko kayo, ha? Ang totoo, kaya nyo naman ng more than 2.5. Dapat kayo rin magbayad ng VAT. So, yan. Adjusted lot. So, same buyer, same seller, magkatabi, vatable, taken ang ang threshold nga as a whole, not per unit. Okay? But general rule, per unit. Okay? So, 15-2015, exemption as yung mga threshold as well. Then, 13-2018, yung train na. Okay? Then, 25-2018, not direct amendment. Okay, so not direct amendment, but this is something to do with VAT exemption. Then we have 26-2018, amendment of 13-2018, 90-day VAT refund. Okay, see, before train, we have 120 days. Pag nag-file ka ng refund, okay, pag nag-file ka ng VAT refund, zero rated, BIR has within 120 days. Okay? Then, pag yan na-approve ni BIR, thank you, pa-ice cream ka naman. Pag na-deny ni BIR, within 30 days from denial, you go up to Court of Tax Appeals. Pag in action, sabihin walang decision si BIR, undecided, within that period, within 30 days, go up to Court of Tax Appeals. Okay? So under the train, I mean, during 120 days, ang nangyayari, pag nakakuha ka ng approval, mag-aantay ka pa ng pondo sa treasury. Pupundohan pa. So, hindi agad nakukuha. During the train, ang ginawa, 5% ng VAT collection ay nakaset aside for VAT refund. So, because of that, may ready available na fund, yun, yung process, ginawang 90 days as well. Pero, may problema dito. Okay? Sa 90 day na yan, di ba dati approval, disapprove, denial, inaction. Denial and inaction go up to Court of Tax Appeals. Sa train, approval, denial. Yun na lang natirang rules. Wala na inaction. Pag inaction, wala, titigil na ang mundo. Bakit? Wala ka ng wala ka ng recourse under the rules. Sabi ng BIR, they may Right. The next portion would be patterned after VAT computation. Okay? Yeah, VAT computation. So, in saying, ayan, refresher daw. What are the reporting requirements of VAT registered taxpayers? Okay? So, the following are the reporting requirements. So, number one, VAT return. Okay? You do VAT returns monthly and quarterly and in the org. Okay? VAT returns monthly. So, first 2 months of the quarter, monthly. Yung third month of the quarter is quarterly. Pero, ang laman ng third month of the quarter is for the entire quarter. Kasi may na-encounter akong practitioner. First month of the quarter, ay di, January to March. January, sales purchases ng January. February, sales purchases ng February. Tapos, pagdating niya ng March, sales purchases ng March. So, mali. Dapat. Hindi, wala namang mali. May mas maganda na approach. Nakakaya pag sinabi, mali yan ha. Okay, so we're not in the position to say right or wrong. Meron tayo si BIR na nag-ruling. Sasabihin na lang natin, pag-colleague natin, alam mo, may mas maganda approach. Pero sa isip mo, mali yan eh. Yeah. So, it should be quarterly, January to March, na sales and purchase transactions. Of course, you consider previous periods, carry over and all that. Okay, then submission of quarterly summary list of sales and purchases. Okay, so those are the two reports that you need to comply. So the form 2550Q or M. Okay, so take note, tingnan niyo yung version. Kung EFPS ka, updated yon. Kung anong latest, yun ang nandun kasi real-time online. Pag EBIR, from time to time, yung version nag-update. So, keep track of the updated version. Pag manual, yun ding Excel file, nag-update din yun. Okay? So, nandun sa website ng BIR. Baka yung ginagamit mo, hindi pa yung updated. Okay? And take note. So, actually, SLS, SLT, before was an attachment. If you print, attach. So, hanggang ngayon, ang term ay attachment pa rin. But how do we attach now in modern times? We find it separately. Di ba? Misleading na. Dati attachment. Kung print mo talaga yun, format, i-attach. Ngayon, hindi na. So, then the certificates, the other attachments, the 1600, okay? 1600 is more for non-resident withholding kung non-resident. For example, you are a local company, you contracted a foreign, non-resident foreign corporation to come to the Philippines to do a particular service, and that service is battable in the Philippines. So, since they are non-resident foreign corporation, they do not have filing obligation, they might not even be registered in the Philippines. So, the manner of collecting the VAT on that service rendered in the Philippines that's battable is via final withholding VAT. Bayad mo, withhold ka ng VAT. Pero ang totoo nun, most contracts, they do tax-free covenant. Sasabihin, ang bayad, sasabihin ng non-resident foreign corporation, ang bayad sa kontratang ito is net of any and all taxes. So kung may tax doon, mathematical formula, algebraic formula pa, finding X to know the reason why. Joke lang. Love life na yun. Tutuloy yun. Finding X to know the reason why. Diba? Akala ko ba may closure na? We can be good friends naman tayo. Okay, so yan. Final withholding VAT. And that VAT, so bayad, sabihin nyo, $10,000 US. Net of any and all taxes. Ayan. So, assuming VAT lang applicable, the net of VAT, they multiply mo ng 12% to get the 80. So, ayan ang 1600. Okay, then we have 2307, 2306. 2307, most probably. Mukhang wala na ang 2306 masyadong application. Especially on, di ba, government payment. Pag government, used to be 2306 kasi yun ay final VAT until we change it to become creditable VAT. So, most probably 2307 na. Wala nang 2306. Okay, so, kailan ipinafile? Not later than 20th day following the end of the applicable month. So, in January, February 20, February, March 20. Quarterly, 25th day. Okay, so March, April, 25th. Pero if you are on EFTS filing, you look at the industry groupings. Kasi 20, 21, 22. Bakit nga ba ginanon? Tingin ko, dapat tanggalin niya. Alam mo bakit? Because ang internet ay parang EDSA. Pag rush hour, lahat gusto dumaan. Hindi naman nag-expand ng EDSA. 4 lanes, ano naman yun. So, marami gusto pumasok, di makapasok. Kaya, staggered filing para itong industry, kayo muna, kasunod, kayo muna. Kaya yung matigas ang ulo, laging late, sorry ka na lang. Diba? Pero tingin ko, nag-improve naman ang infrastructure. Pwede natin bawasan yun, diba? Sinihirap, ang dami-daming rules, ang hirap-hirap tandaan. Kahit ako, pag sinabi mo anong industry, anong filing date, hindi ko alam yun. Alam ko lang ang theory, ang concept. Because mahirap ang practice na may stop. Mas magaling na stop sa filing. Hindi naman ako actually nag-file. Yung mga stop na lang. So, that's a warning. If you ask me what to put something on the specific field, mag-isip muna ako, baka helpline ako sa stop. Anong ilalagay sa... Okay, anyway. So, ito ang history ng SLS, SLP. Ayun, summary list of sales, purchases, all VAT registered. Actually, kung titingin ka sa 1605, all this pa to, USB pa. Okay? Pero, lately, yung mga sumunod na regulation, tinatamaan na siya ng mga e-submissions. Okay, kaya yung e-scan, i-save, o USB, or yung extra, i-send sa e-submission. Okay, so next part, discussions will be patterned after, based on these VAT returns. Part 1, yun. Kung mapapansin nyo, VAT return, ito yung tsura yan. 2551. I believe 2007 pa rin naman ang version. I think dapat may upgrade sila sa final VAT on government, especially on EFTS. Pero I'm not sure kung natapos na yan. Okay, so yan. So, background, computation, details, schedule of sales. Actually, yung mga online, di ba? You start with the schedules. EBIR, EFTS, you start with the schedules kasi auto-link na dun sa ibang schedule 1, sa part 1, sa part 2, part 2. I mean, part 1 is background information. If you are on EFTS, automatic na yan. I-click ka lang sa applicable period. Pero marami pang nagkakamali, Applicable for the month of, for the year. Bumabalik, paano yun may bayad? Tapos sa tanong, pwede ba mag-amend? For 2022, na-click niya for 2021. Tapos nagbayad. Tapos sasabi, pwede ba mag-amend? Ang amendment, ginagawa kung nakapay ka na para sa particular period. Kung pinay mo 2021, dapat 2022. Ito na peer, wala kang pinay ng 2022. So, ano ang i-amend? Ba? Ang 2021, nag-double bayad. Paano yun? Punta ka sa section 229, erroneous filing. Illegal or erroneous, i-refund within 2 years from date of payment. Ako, sakit sa ulo nun. Diba? Or, I think, some BIR offices, pumapayag naman na i-edit. Pero, of course, as much as possible, por favor, ang laki ng diferensya ng 21 at saka 22. Anyway, minsan talaga mahirap. Magkakamali, lalo kung puyat ka, no? Puyat, nagmamadali, walang internet. Kala mo na-edit mo na, umikot-ikot lang. Especially kung late filing. Okay, so as much as possible, the earlier the better. Okay, so sige, anyway. Then part 2, the computation of tax and details of payment. Okay, so ito mukha nun. Yun, sa APS, EBIR, naka-auto set naman nun. I think ang gagalawin mo lang is applicable period for the month. Okay? Then, yung amended, okay, first time, sasabihin mo no. Na-file mo na, may babaguhin, sabihin mo yes. Okay. Number of sheets, 15, okay na yun. Then the business, give you naman yun. Quarterly, first, second, third. Okay? Then, the period covered. Are you availing of tax relief under special laws? Ayan, kung ikaw ay PESA, may incentives. Ayan. Then, we have this is part 1, part 2. Part 2, computation of the tax. Okay, part 2. So, in your, I think, quarterly VAT return ang ginamit ko rito. Okay? So, batable sales, Schedule 1. Okay? Schedule 1. Yan. Schedule 1. So, I think kung EFPS ka, dito ka sa ATC ata, no? May click ka dyan, may drop down, makikita mo, mamimili ka ng ATC. Okay? So, paano pag nalito ka, hindi mo alam? Ako sinasabi ko, importante bayad. Kamali, hindi mo alam eh. Minsan, nagtatanong sa mga Facebook group, di ba? Anong industry yan? I think, pakikita mo naman sa registration mo sa 2303. Okay? I-refer mo sa 2303, baka andun yun. Pag wala, mamili ka na lang dyan. Basta, importante mabayaran. Diba? But of course, pag mas correct, mas the best. Okay? So yun. Then, yung input the amount. Automatic nagko-compute yun. Output VAT for the quarter. Okay? So, saan ka? Sorry. Matindot ka. Ano ba ito? Escape.
Oo, dito ka.
Yan na, sabi ko sa inyo, nakakapanibago pag face to face eh. Pag dyan eh, puro click lang, 2 araw lang yun. Pag gano'n, mas baba. Ito, marami ng araw. Okay, so saan ba ako? Okay, ito, sige. Okay, so basically, we'll discuss these things. Batable, sale to government. Sale to government, wala namang kakaiba. As to output. Okay? So, zero-rated sales. Ano ang mga zero-rated? Dito may pag-usapan tayo lalo sa registered business enterprises. Then we have an exempt sales. Marami din doon. So, schedule 1, itong iba wala namang schedules. So, i-input din automatic. And you will note, walang output VAT. Okay, understandably. Kasi pag zero-rated, wala kayo papasa. Pag exempt, wala ka din namang ipapasa. Okay, so ito yung mukha nun. Section 105, batable sales, pero i-relate nun, pag sale of goods, yan, 106. Pagka deed sale, 106B. Incidental transactions, 105. Sale of services, 108. Pero news invoicing. Ibig sabihin, kung ang tanong, ano ba yung mga ilalagay dito? Okay, ito ang papansinin mo mga provision kung mag-aaral ka, master ka. Okay? Sale to government. Walang kakaiba sa output VAT. Ang kakaiba sa sale to government is as to input VAT. Okay? Ang theory behind bakit tinatax ang government. Yan. So, I think sa law school, may diskusyon. Dapat ba, or masama ba, or mali ba, na i-tax ang gobyerno? Government taxing itself. Diba? Kasi budgetary tayo, di ba? Yung budget na pinagkakaguluhan nila ngayon sa Senado, sa Kongreso. So, lahat ng agencies may budget. Galing sa taxes. Tapos ang gobyerno, itatax. So, yung budget na galing sa tax, ay ibabayad ulit ng tax. Naakyat na naman sa treasury, tapos mababa na lang hindi ng VAT. Okay? So, wala naman daw illegal government taxing itself. And that's why, if you're vatable, bibenta ka sa gobyerno, parang private lang kasi ipabat mo din siya. Magkakaiba lang pagbayad. Hindi, magkaiba. Bago ka pumasok sa gobyerno, may bidding. May tax clearance. Di ba? Bakit? Kasi gusto sabihin ng gobyerno, malinis kami. Dapat malinis ka, wala kang tax liability pag papasok ka sa amin. Ha? Di ba gano'n? Malinis ba? Kaya bahala. Okay, so, zero rated sales. Ayan, 106. Dapat dalawa ta. 106.8 to 108B. Okay, ito yung mga. Then, special laws. Okay? Special laws na saying zero rated. And finally, exempt sales. Normally, Section 109, andun ang listahan ng exempt sales. But of course, from time to time, special laws by exempt sales. Okay? So, yun. What is Section 105? Kanina, we talk about 1600. Ito yung 1600, yung last paragraph. Sabi natin, kanina, business tax imposed upon those engaged in trade or business. And it presupposes, so ito yun, any person, okay, natural, juridical, in the course of trade or business, kaya business tax, sell, barter, exchange, leases, goods or properties, render services, and importation. Okay? Shall be subject to value-added tax. What is an indirect tax? Okay, shifted. Diba? Sabi natin buyer. Okay, buyer passed on to the buyer transferee. Itong second paragraph. Second sentence sa second paragraph. Ito minsan pinagkakagulat. Pag may bagong batas, di ba, from 10% naging 12%, for example. So, ngayon, ang transaction mo nangyari ng 10% pa. Service, for example, babayaran 12% na. Ngayon, yung service, based on collection. So, sino magsa-shoulder ng 2%? Ayan, so, ang may lumabas na kaso nun, Secretary of Finance ata, na kaso versus Zamora, o sino nga pasawa ni Hart? Si Escudero. May dati mag-question ng mga bate. Secretary of Finance versus Zamora, Escudero, etc. But anyway, my point is, there was a Supreme Court decision saying, tax law is part and parcel of business contracts. Pag nagbago yung tax law, automatic maapektuhan ang transaction nila. Okay, so in other words, ang 10% na input na VAT, naging 12%, automatic ang 12% makaka-apekto dun sa kanilang kontrata. The argument against that was non-impairment of obligations of contract. No law shall be passed impairing obligations and contracts. Sinata sa Constitution. But sinabi ng interpretation, yon, pagka nagbago ang tax law, ang tax law is component of contracts, transactions. So kung nagbago, automatic apekto siya. Okay? Kaya, sino ngayon ang magsushoulder ng 2% doon sa service? Si buyer pa din. Kasi it's a pass-on sa kanya, hindi si seller. Because dati, ayan, naging mahabang usapin yun. Siyempre, buyer, hindi, budget ko 10% lang. Okay? So, yan. So, the phrase in the course of trade or business, regular conduct or pursuit. Tuloy-tuloy, sige-sige. Kaya nga, pag non-resident, foreign corporation, ang mangyayari, one time lang sila magsiservice. So, hindi sila regular conduct. Anong mangyayari? Hindi sila magiging VAT. Ikaw, nasa Pilipinas ka, dahil yan ang negosyo mo, batable. May pumasok na tagalabas, non-resident foreign corporation, magre-render ng service na kapareho mo, dahil first time lang siya, one time, never again, wala sa VAT. So, sinong talo? Dito na ako sa non-resident foreign corporation kasi wala VAT. Diba? That's why they put this last paragraph. Pag foreigner, non-resident foreign corporation, magre-render ng service sa Pilipinas, kahit one time lang, no license to do business, at nagkaroon sa pagkakataon, still batable to level the playing field. Okay, so simple computation. Output VAT minus Ito. Sabi natin, kanina input. Bigyan na natin ng technical component. Creditable but. Okay, ibig sabihin, hindi lahat ng input but ay pwedeng creditable. So, creditable lang ang ibabawas sa output but. So, if output but is more than input, creditable, then that is but payable. If it's on the other way around, input but, creditable input, more than the output but, excess input over output. Ano ang gagawin? Oy, sagot niya, refund. Hindi. Okay? Depende. Okay? Ngayon, pag ito ay nakabase sa zero-rated sales, pwede kang application for back refund, pwede kang tax credit certificate, or pwede kang carry over. Ngayon, magtatanong naman, yung pag-carry over ay 2 years. Okay? So, ang refund, ang tax credit certificate, 2 years from the quarter of zero-rated sale. Yung carry over ay parang love life. May forever. Pero forever. Sabi nila, wala. Sabi naman nila, meron. Hindi ko lang. Okay? Divided. Kanya-kanya tayo doon. So, in other words, pag carry over, wala 2 years. Okay? Hanggang matapos maguna ang mundo. Grabe naman. Hanggang magsarado. Magsarado ang kumpanya. Meron ulit ng 2 years para pwede mag-refund. Okay? Hindi kasi sabi ni attorney, bakit din naman si attorney ang tax law eh? Ito pa rin naman. Okay? So, walang 2 years sa carryover. At 2 years, pag nag-apply ka ng refund or tax credit certificate. Pag nag-apply ka ng refund, bigyan ng land bank check, cross-check, payable to the company. Okay? Pag nag-apply ng tax credit certificate, kaparanggot na papel, nakita sa return, sa ilalim yung tax debit memo, doon ina-apply ang tax credit certificate. Okay? Before negosyo yun, tax credit certificate. Bakit? For example, may kliyente ako, zero-rated, may tax credit certificate. Wala naman sa tax liability. Ano gagawin niya sa tax credit certificate? Nangat-katin lang ng ipis daga yun. So, dati, pwedeng ibenta yan. May mga broker niyan. O yan, 10%, 15%. Ako may 1 million tax credit certificate. Ikaw may tax liability. O, benta kita. Yung 1 million ko, less 15%. Di 850 na lang. Ang piso mo ng tax liability, 85 centavos lang ang cost mo. Ganun. So, yung broker, ang ginagawa dati, yung nagpapabenta, kukomisyon siya. Yung nagpapabili, kukomisyon din siya. Okay, so yan. Okay, next point. Output, ayan, 12%, 0%, VAT exempt. Okay, sources. So, sale, barter exchange, transaction, trade sale, visa goods. Sige, isa-isa natin yan. Incidental transactions. Erroneous substantiation. So, meron naman tayong subcomponent yan. So, classify natin. Sale of goods, sale of lease of goods, sale of services. Yan, sige, okay. Sige, balik na ako. Ano ang matatandaan sa sale of goods? Yan. Sorry. Nahila operator. So, this is the caudal provision. 12% of the gross selling price or gross value in money of goods or properties. Sold, barter, masa pa ba barter nito? Yung pandemic, yung barter yung mga plantita, pinabarter ng bigas, pinabarter ng kung ano, damit. Okay, so it's part of it. Or sa sasakyan, iluma, papalit mo sa bago. Okay? Such tax to be paid by seller or transferor, pero passed on. So, still, caudal, goods or properties, tangible and intangible objects, which are capable of pecuniary estimation. So, real properties for sale, right or privilege to use, mga intangibles, industrial, commercial, or scientific equipment. Privilege, di ba ito, movie. Saan ka ba? Ka-tips ka ba? O made in Malacanang? Di ba? Yung mga movie, nirerentahan lang naman nila yung tape o yung right para mag-showing. So that's it. Right or privilege to use motion picture, picture film, or films or tape and disc, radio, TV, satellite transmission, and airtime. Yung airtime. Uh, kasama din yun. Gross selling price. Okay. So, ano ang ibig sabihin ng gross selling price? The purchaser pays or is obligated to pay. Hindi pag cash, wala problema. Kung anong face value ng cash. Pag mga in-kind, doon. So, excise tax sa importation, excise tax, if any of such goods is part of the taxable base. Okay, so, requirements. Actual or deemed sale. So, kahit hindi ka magbenta, pwede ka pala maging vatable. Yan ang deemed sale transaction. But that only applies to goods. Sa service, walang deemed sale. Okay? So, sale in the course of trade or business. Dahil business tax. Goods or properties located in the Philippines. Ito, may isang tanong sa akin. Meron daw silang local company, domestic. Nag-branch out sila sa China at Taiwan. Eh, di ba, sale doon. Ang tanong niya, yung pag-sales doon ay vatable. Okay, ano tayo? Consumption tax. Diba? Local consumption. Kaya, goods or properties located in the Philippines. So, kung nasa labas ang benta, hindi siya. Okay? Not exempted from VAT, based on selling price, duly supported by, ito, marami din. Simple lang. Pag ikaw nagbenta ng goods, sales invoice yun. Pag ikaw ay seller ng service, render ka ng service, OR yun. Okay, yung sales invoice, nag-ano yun, mapariate. Pwede kang charge invoice, pwede kang cash invoice, pwede kang sales invoice. Basta may invoice din yun. Okay, yung receipts, isa lang yun. Official receipts. Bakit? Delivery receipt, itong usapan yun. Official receipt is a proof na may natanggap ka. Delivery receipt is a proof na natanggap mo yung item, yung goods. Okay. So, goods and properties, yan, gross receipts, list. Okay, list of goods or properties. So, ported by official receipts. Okay, I think common discussion points, VAT on advance rental, like sa mga office space, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, or 1 plus 1. 1 month advance, 1 month deposit. Yung advance, okay, pagdating sa BIR, ang leasing is based on cash basis. Okay, kaya ang advance rental is vatable. Okay, yung deposit, depende. Okay, tingnan mo yung provision sa deposit. Kadalasan, sinasabi yun, in the future, it would answer for losses. Kaya, at the time of payment, hindi pa siya kita, but rather a liability because it will be held to answer losses or damages in the future. And until such time na i-apply yung rent deposit, doon pala siya magiging vatable. And when that time happens, nakakalimutan na ang usaping VAT. Diba? Kaya pagka yung security deposit o rent deposit, walang VAT to pag ibinil sa iyo. And anyway, problema naman nila sa yan. Hindi naman problema ni. Kasi nangyayari sa amin yun. Nakailang lipat na kami ng opisina. Yung rent deposit, pag hindi pinaforfeit, kadalasan pag nag-terminate ka ahead, nag-pre-terminate ka, forfeiture ang rent deposit. Yung 2 plus 1 yun. O 3 plus 1. Kung ilang months, I mean. So, minsan naman, pag medyo mabait-bait ang lessor, i-apply yan as against rent. Pero ang normal na nangyayari, nakakalimutan nila yung VAT doon sa security. Okay? So, then we have this 15,000. Okay? Ito, baka may naalala kayo, before may aggregation rule. Not more than 8,000. Nag-8,000 yun, nag-12,000, naging 15,000. I think during the time nung 8,000, i-aggregate. Yung mga units, not more than 8,000 na VAT exempt, patuloy sa VAT exempt, kung by aggregate na matatanggap ng lessor ay hindi lalagpas, tutuloy-tuloy siya kung hindi lalagpas ng Dati 1.5. I mean, 550,000 per ata. Okay? Ngayon wala na yun. Just look at the rent per unit. Residential na. Hindi ito kasama. Kasi commercial ito. Although, I think itong building ay may sariling CR, pwedeng bahayan. Okay, so, sale of services. Sale or exchange of services performed in the Philippines. Bakit? Pag abroad, itong usapan na naman. Okay? In the course of trade or business or practice of profession. Umuwi ka sa bahay, nakita mo kapitbahay, nagbubuhat ng mabigat, tinulungan mo. Binigyan ka sa 1,000. Question, batabon ba sa 1,000 mo? Practitioner ka, CPA ka, naglilibro ka, nagpo-file ka, ITR. Yung kapitbahay mo, mabigat. Ano yun? Rep, bata, bago. Ito, pare ko, 1,000. Salamat. Batabol. Hindi naman siya in the course of trade. Sa practice mo, pag-accounting, hindi nung kasamang pagbubuhat. Baka nag-gym ka, pero hindi ka. Okay, so, for valuable consideration, pag OTY, hindi ka naman pinayaran, so i-tax ka pa. Abuso na yun, di ba? So, pag walang bayad, wala. Okay? Not accepted from VAT, based on gross receipts, official receipts. Okay, ano tayo. So, 12%, including lease or use or lease of properties. And we have this list. Okay, if you look at the regulation, may makikita ka doon, enumeration ng list of services. Okay? Huwag memoryahin yun. Tignan nyo na lang yung last and similar services. Or balik mo sa section 5, first paragraph. Ano sabi doon? Naalala nyo? Ito, sige. Minsan, ang dami. Yun. Any person. Okay? So, in case of doubt, itong shortcut, itong bawal na technique. Ayan, bawal na technique. Pag may tanong kung batable o hindi, ang proper naman na sagot ay yes, batable. Pag sinabi, anong basis mo? Ayun ka, section 105, first paragraph. Any person who sell, barter, exchange in the course of trade or business is batable. Okay? So, in general, batable. Except, number 1, zero rated. Except, number 2, but except. Well, yung zero rated, batable din yun. Pero, 0%. So, sabi ng math teacher, any number multiplied by 0 is always 0. So, yun. Batable siya, pero 0%. Okay. Second exception, but except. Okay. Third exception, batable. Mamaya, batable, pero hindi siya lalagpas sa threshold at saka nag-restro siya non-bat. So, meaning, the nature of business or service is batable. Pero, pakonsuelo ng rules, kung maliit, hindi sa lalagpas sa 3 million threshold at nag-restro sa non-bat. Batable lang kanya negosyo, pero non-bat siya, hindi siya batable. 3% or 1% yan because of the pandemic. Percentage taxpayer siya. Okay? Then, another exception, number 4, yung mga negosyo na sadyang percentage tax. Title 5 ng tax code. Mga negosyo na sadyang percentage tax ang nag-apply. Common carriers, yung mga tricycle. Okay? Ayan. Okay, so sige. Babalik na naman ako. So, nerapan ako dito. So, papakapi na lang kita mamaya. Marami naman gusto, Marian Rivera. Okay, so yun. Maraming listahan. Okay, hayaan nyo. Ang common lang, siguro ito, lending investor. Hindi lahat ng financial institutions, mga pangutang, ay percentage tax. Lending investor. Okay? Sakop sila ng threshold. Kung lalagpas sila sa threshold, mag-VAT registered, tatapon. Otherwise, kung hindi, percentage tax. Okay? Pero, sa 3% or 1% sila. Hindi yung sa gross receipts na nagpapari. Okay, so sige. Include as well, lease or use mga intangibles. Okay, so okay na tayo dyan. Then we have, partners. Yan naman tayo. Gross receipts. Okay, so total amount of money or its equivalent representing the contract price. Compensation, service fee. So, yun ulit. Pag cash ang bayad, madaling pag-usapan. iba is face. Pero pag mga items, in kind, yun. So, rental or royalty, including the amount charged for materials supplied with services. So ito, pwede natin pag-usapan. For example, sige, ito. Kita yan, professional. Nandun pa rin ito eh. RMC 89-2022. Okay, naging problema dito sa services, mga professional firms, magpa-process ng kung ano-ano. Tapos sasabihin na out-of-pocket expenses, i-charge sa kliyente. Okay. So ako ay practitioner. Pag render ako ng service, may papaprocess ka sa akin, ang usapan natin, may PF ako, tapos yung mga related expenses, pasahe, tumawag ako, nagtilibaban tayo, yung loan, yung kung ano-ano pa, supplies, etc. Okay. So that is on your account. Okay, nakuha. Ang bayad sa akin, let's say 20,000 plus out-of-pocket expenses plus VAT. Ngayon, masabi ni Bayer, ang nangyayari sa totoong buhay, yung mga expenses daw na na-incur in rendering the service is riniresibo sa firm. Tapos, i-charge ng firm sa client. So, yung substantiation nakapangalan sa firm. Sabi ni BIR, imaloko daw yung mga firm. I-claim niya sa expense. Tapos, i-charge sa client. I-claim daw ng expense. Dalawa na. Okay, anong solusyon ni BIR? Ito. Okay, advances, deposits ng client to firm is income daw ni firm. Ayan yan. And that is related to itong price, including the amount. Okay? So, ngayon, depende sa usapan. Okay? You stick to, in practicality. Kung ang usapan is out of pocket expenses, charge sa client, then yung mga resibo doon related to that, pangalan sa client. Okay? Otherwise, kung ipangalan mo sa firm, dito ang tama. Kita na firm batable. Okay? So, yan. So, in other words, if you are dealing with services, batability services, you refer to this revenue memorandum circulars to BIR. Okay? So, customs brokers. So, minsan dito, ang tawag ko mga love triangle. Mga love triangle. Bakit? May provider, may client, may third party. The third party service provider, may apelido yun. Hindi third party. Okay, kaya lang triangle kasi may third party service provider. Okay, saan na sinasabi? Para pareho ng ano yan eh. Ito, customs brokers, freight forwarders, advertising agencies, travel agencies. Para pareho konsepto na. How is it? Service provider at saka client. Nasapan sila for a delivery of service. Then, yung service provider, he cannot do it. He cannot do everything. Kaya meron siyang third-party service provider. Pero yung client is not dealing with third-party service provider. It's just the service provider, the principal. Okay? So, ang sinasabi dito, ano ang batable sa service provider? Okay? It could happen in two ways. Ang batable sa kanya, in general, ang kita niya. Okay? Ang kita niya. Yung gastos sa third-party service providers, ang pera nun galing sa client. Okay? Pero, dapat hindi niya batable. On condition na yung mga resibo, invoices, ay i-issue in the name of client, not in the name of service provider. Pag ginawa niya in his name as service provider, then ang mangyari, lahat ng bayad ng client, kita niya. Nakuha? So it's either yung service fee lang niya kung ang receive invoices ay ipapangalan niya direkta sa client. Kung may withholding in behalf of the client, gagawin niya yun. Okay? Anyway, yan natin withholding. Google lang. Patama tayo eh. The second way, the second type is kung ang resibo ng suppliers ay papangalan sa kanya as service provider, income niya, ang bayad ng client, expense niya ang mga niya. Okay? So yun yung kwento ng love triangle. Security agency. Ito, may kakaiba naman. Security agency, Di ba? Manpower agencies. Ano ang vatability ng kita ng manpower agencies? Ang sagot, depende sa agency. Huwag mo ba natin agad vatable? Bakit? Depende. Bakit? Kung yan ay ordinary, sabihin na lang, kung yan ay manpower agency other than security agencies, lahat ng bayan vatable yun. If it is a manpower agency, only the agency fees. Yung security guard, sahod ng security guard ay hindi kita ng security agency. Okay? Bakit ganon? Ang justification, may special batas. Okay? Security agency. May special law, yan ang inisyo ni RFC 39. Other manpower agencies, wala. Okay? Yung HMO, matagal lang naglalabi yan. Hindi sila makakita. Yung mga madaming klaseng manpower agency, hindi sila makakuha ng ganung batas. Kaya, okay. So, condominium corporation naman is ibang bagay, okay? So, under Condominium Act. So, yung association dues and all that, they are VAT exempt, okay? Well, RMC 65, but may provision dito sa train as exemption also. Ang medyo walang malinaw na sagot ay yung income tax ng association dues. Okay? VAT on importation. Okay, importation, goods from abroad. Importer is a person in the Philippines that exempt landed cost, di ba? Excise tax, nakita natin kanina. Then, prior to release. Okay? Di ba? Goods, imported goods before you can get it from the custom. You have to pay customs duties and taxes, and that includes VAT. Okay? And long time ago, not so long time ago, meron post-entry audit. Okay, dati, pag may labas mong goods sa customs, okay ka na. Pero nagkaroon sila post-entry audit. Kahit na ilabas na, pwede ka pa rin i-audit ni customs to check kung tama yung binayaran mong customs duties and taxes, including tax. Okay, and if they will find out na hindi ka bayad, taxes attaches to the property, lien on the property. Okay, so yan. Importation documents, paid prior to. Okay, so ito yung section 107 on importation. So, same thing doon kanina. Ito yung may pag-usapan tayo. Pansinin yung taga-PESA. Sino ba dito ang involved sa PESA? Anyway, work from home. Diba? In extent, 30%. Every time may ilalabas na laptop na gamit sa PESA registered enterprise ay kailangan ng dokumento. Why is it so? Okay. So one thing, monitoring ni PESA. Okay? Because in general, the rule is, ang registered activity ay dapat ginagawa sa registered address ni PESA. Okay? That's why in the past, medyo nagdadalawang isip si PESA because that is what the law allows. The law provides. Dapat ang registered activity ay ginagawa sa registered address. Ngayon, nag-pandemic. Okay? Hindi makalabas ang mga tao. Pero ang BPO industry ay patuloy na nabuhay, patuloy na gumawa ng kita, binuhay ang ekonomiya. So, what we did was, some BPOs actually, nag-ano sila ng work from home. Okay? Nag-set up sila ng workstations ng mga staff sa mga bahay nila. Laptop, of course. Yung working table, yung upuan, yung internet. Di ba? Iba, mga ilang monitor. Kaya, nung time na pinababalik na, sabi ng mga BPO, hindi pa nga ako nakakabawi ng aking setup eh. Papabalikin na. So, kukumputin, magkano ang loss? Eh, siyempre, alam nga, balik yung mga mesa, yung upuan, yung cabinet, dinilhan. May pa-aircon pa nga eh. Di ba? Para convenient lang. Yan. So, lahat yun, loss na. So, sabi nila, paano yun? Magkano ba incentive ko dito? Magkano ba ang loss ko dyan? Mas kung gustuhin ko na lang ata, mag-work from home. Kaysa ibalik mo ngayon. Because at that time, yung iba, nag-downsize na kanilang lease. 2 floors. O, ilan na lang naman ang pumapasok. O, terminate yung isang lease. Andun pa rin yung isang, yung iba. So, pabalik na naman lahat. O, di kukunin nila ang renta. Ilo-loss nila yung kanilang setup. So, the rest, preferred na mag-work from home. That's why, nag-aaway ngayon ang industry at saka yung PESA. Pumayag naman 30%. Ngayon, makikita yung page ng PESA, parang sa India, malakas ang bangayan ng India at saka Pilipinas sa BPO. Okay? Siyempre, mabango tayo. Magaling tayo mag-English. Okay? Di ba? Magaling tayo mag-English. Sila, magaling sila mag-English, pero yung punto nila. Tapos, siyempre, tayo, loving and caring. Anyway, sige. Punta naman tayo sa laptop. Tawa siya, no? Hindi. Okay, so yun. The other reason is this rule. Okay? Because in the rules, Section 107B, if a tax-exempt item is brought out or is sold, is transferred to a person who is non-tax exempt, the taxes that should have been paid on the tax-exempt importation, babayaran ng buyer ng transfer na hindi tax-exempt. Okay, that's why si PESA, minomonitor nila yung movement ng mga tax-exempt, ng mga kadalasan laptop, meron pa mga ban, diba? Okay, so this is one of the reasons. Okay, so sige, next. Ito naman, erroneous. What are the consequences of erroneous or issuing erroneous VAT OR or SI? Okay, nagkamali. Person, non-VAT. O minsan pupunta ka, bibili ka, sabi, pwede mahingi ng resibo? Ay, ganun ba? Anong gusto mo, VAT or non-VAT? Maloko yun. Bakit? Isa lang dapat. It's either VAT or non-VAT. Sa isang transaction, okay? Hindi pwedeng mamili ng VAT or non-VAT. Ibig sabihin may something. Okay? So, ngayon, kung non-VAT, pero nag-i-issue ng VAT, ito yung number one. So, non-VAT siya, tapos nag-i-issue ng VAT, anong mangyayari? Non-VAT siya kada benta, magbabayad siya ng percentage tax. Tapos, kumulekta siya ng VAT, i-remit niya sa gobyerno. Pero, dahil non-VAT registered siya, wala siyang benefit of input VAT. Tapos, may bonus pa siya. 50% surcharge dahil maloko siya. Hindi taga Maloko. Barangay Maloko. Maloko na Tagalog. Okay, 50% surcharge. Okay? The VAT shall be recognized as an input. Yung buyer naman, yung buyer. Ito, magagamit nito, may mga tax assessment si BIR. Pagka nag-VAT audit sila or sa assessment, pag masipag ang examiner, susuyurin niya yung input VAT suppliers mo. Isa-isahin niya sa system. Sasabihin niya, oh, itong supplier mo non-VAT. Paano ka nagka-VAT? Okay? I-disallow niya ngayon. So, ito ang argumento mo. Okay? You use this provision. So, as far as the buyer is concerned, buyer is presumably in good faith. For as long as meron siyang VAT OR by its face, registered by ATP and all that, then the VAT shall be recognized as an input tax credit to the purchaser under so provided the requisite information. Okay? Ngayon, yung VAT, sabi VAT, ang inisyo, yung wala namang ATP, wala namang registration details, magduda ka na. Okay? Naalala ko minsan, kumain kami sa seaside. Hindi, huwag ko nang banggitin na seaside yun. Marami naman seaside. Kumain kami sa Manila. Tapos, maraming kain, siyempre, matapang. Billing na. Charge naman sa kumpanya eh. Pag billing, ganito, plus VAT. Tapos nag-issue yung 1/4 na papel na pang grade 5, yung blue. May VAT tapos. Di ba? So ano gagawin mo kung ikaw tax practitioner ka? Magkikipag-away ka ba doon? Pwede, tapos ka na kumain eh. Huwag kang makikipag-away sa restaurant pag gagawin pala ang pagkain mo. Baka kung ano lalasan nun. Kung tapos na ka, nagbayad na, pwede ka na magpag-away. Pero hindi kami na pag-away. Sarap naman eh. So, mali yun, siyempre. Di ba? Eh, kung nagkukolekta ka ng VAT, di ka nag-issue ng OR. Saan mo dadali ng VAT mo? See? Okay. Ayan. Ibang usapan yun. Okay? Ito, non-VAT siya. Tapos, nag-issue. Nag-issue naman siya ng VAT OR. Yung kainainan namin, hindi namin alam kung VAT or non-VAT. Kaya tinignan naman namin ang menu. Hindi naman yung mga nakasabit na via registration. Pwede mo malaman, of course. Okay? So, at saka siya, o hindi, 1/4 na papel na pang grade 5. Okay? So, sige. Issuance sa VAT invoice or VAT receipt on exempt transaction by VAT registered person. So, exempt yung transaction, nag-issue siya ng VAT OR or SI. Okay? So, sa kanya, VATable yun. Sa buyer, input VAT din yun. Okay? So, yan. Nang wala dito yung zero rated sale. VAT exempted. Pero ito, tandaan niyo ito. Sa VAT audit at saka sa VAT, sa mga LOA, TPIR. All internal revenue taxes. Okay, so ito naman ay will VAT apply even if there is no VATable sale? Okay? Transactions, deal, sale. Sa goods lang to. Wala sa service. Transfer, use, or consumption not in the course of business of goods or properties originally intended for sale or for use in the course of business. Okay, may nakuha akong tanong kahapon, kata yun. Sole Prop, realty company, nag-donate ng real property. Okay? So I suppose yung real property ay inventory ng real estate na yan. So sabi, in-imposean siya ng VAT. So sabi, parang wala akong naalala. Hindi ko masyadong binasa ang tanong. Salana ko rin. Tapos, ang sagot ko, sabi ko, sa donation, parang hindi naman uso ang VAT. Oh, by the way, when I answer questions sa Facebook, o baka ginagawa niyo din, ang sagot ko ay parang hindi sigurado. Bakit? I avoid giving opinion na maaring i-apply nila on its base. Kasi could be, yung facts ay iba. Yung opinion, kung hindi malinaw ang facts, tapos nagbigay ka ng opinion, baka iba yung opinion mo kung naging malinaw ang fact. Kaya parang ganito ata yun. Tingin ko ganito yun. Check mo na lang. See? Kasi kung sasabihin mo, ito yun. Sigurado ka. Bakit? BIR ka ba? BIR nga. Pinabalik na. Diba? So, yun. Ang sabi ko sa kanya, parang ang uso sa donation ay doc stamp dun sa train. Kasi yung donation, 6%. Yung capital gains tax, 6%. Pag nagbenta ka ng capital asset, 6% capital gains tax. Tapos meron kang doc stamp, real property. Ngayon, pag donate ka, 6%. Pero before, walang doc stamp. Kaya, sabi ko, inilagay yung doc stamp para pareho na ang capital gains tax at saka donation sa real property. Wala akong malalang ba't? Tanungin mo na lang kung ano ang basis. Ang ending, ito nga ang basis. Din sale transaction. Kaya yun po sa okay? So, distribution or transfer to shareholders sa share in the profits and VAT registered. Okay, sabihin yung produkto niya, 5 minutes, uwian na. Okay, so we'll take a break. We'll take a break 5 minutes. Naawa na sila sa akin. O naawa sila sa inyo. Okay? So sige. Pusang lang ito. Ibig sabihin, shareholders or investors share the profits, then creditors. So, sinasabi nito, well, ang konsepto nito sa isipan ko is, gustong bawiin ang input VAT ng gobyerno. Kaya kahit hindi benta, as if benta. Kasi dito, yung goods dito or properties intended for sale. So most probably, when those were acquired, may input VAT. Pag hindi ibenta, walang output. Yung input gagamitin as against other items na nag-generate ng output. Kaya lugi si gobyerno. Kaya binabat niya. Same thing here. Yung subject dito is intended for sale. Item intended for sale, hindi binenta, ayun, pinamahagi as dividend. Pinabayad ng utang. Okay? Consignment, ito din, same concept. Retirement or cessation. So yung inventory niya ng items for sale, good as bad because of the input VAT. Pero, yung number 3, hindi ko ito maintindihan ever since the world began. Ano ang kaibahan? Kung consignment, hindi naman nabenta, andun pa naman ang item, bakit dito ba? Except lang for one thing, if we're talking about fungible goods na hindi maglalast ng more than 60 days. Kasi pag hindi sinauli, hindi rin nabenta, anong nangyari? Baka dinaya. Pero kung general ang consignment, ano ba kino-consign mo? Machine, mga, di ba? Mga long-lasting. So, 60 days, dito ma-adjust. Okay? So, erroneous invoicing of VAT exempt. Okay, what are the implications of zero rate? Ito na lang, final. Zero-rated sales transaction. Okay? Transaction is vatable, pero nga, mathematical, 0 times anything is always 0. Seller does not pass on 12%, buyer does not get any input VAT. VAT regulations do not require securing ruling, except, yun, yung bago yun, yung Registered Business Enterprises, RR 21/2021. Issuance of OR or SI, 0% written or imprinted on the face. Except, may bago na naman ngayon, except yung e-invoicing, e-receipting. Okay, mamaya kukunin natin. Kasi yung online, hindi na kailangan ng printed or manual dito. And also, hindi na daw kailangan ang written or printed zero rating pag iyon ay na-verify ng DIR system. Declaration in the VAT return, seller's input VAT treatment, allocation on mixed transaction. Okay? So, kung zero-rated, di ba, minsan meron kang zero-rated sale, meron kang vatable, meron kang exempt. Yung input VAT mo, it could happen mixed. I mean, common source na hindi mo ma-identify kung saan napadpad. Manufacturer ka ng papel. Okay, papel. Isang manufacturing process. Bibili ka ng materials, utilities, etc. May input VAT. Naging papel ang kahoy o kung anong raw material. Yung papel, bineta mo. Yung iba, zero rated. Yung iba, vatable. Yung iba, exempted. So, magkano ngayon ang input VAT ng exempt? Sabi natin, pag vatable, creditable. Pag zero rated, pwede mong i-refund, pwede mong tax credit certificate, carry over, etc. Pwede mo rin i-apply as against output. Pag exempt, yung input VAT, hindi mo magagamit as against output. Part of cost or part of expense. So, yung common source, yung input VAT dun sa common production na yun, i-identify mo. Which is mahirap. Kung hindi mo sadyang makukuha sa specific identification. So, ano gagawin? Yan. Apportionment or allocation based on relative sales value ng vatable, zero rated. Okay, so tax credit certificate, input, o baka carry over ang gusto sabihin niya. Write off but not deductible sa ITR. Okay, so yan, I think we can pause for a break. We'll continue from that slide. Ayan, may CR, may kape, may pinto.
Mabuhay Pilipinas! Welcome to G. Pagaspas Partners and Company CPAs, a mid-sized full-service accounting firm with head office in Ayala, Makati and global outsourcing hub in Kalibo, Aklan. In GPP CPAs, we position ourselves as a one-stop shop for foreign investors, assisting clients from selecting the right company structure for their Philippine operations, formally setting up entities in the Philippines, and ensuring proper business compliance while operating. Our support services such as HR services, payroll service, corporate housekeeping, disbursement management, and liaison support are designed to help our clients focus more on their core business without much thinking of their administrative works. As a Bureau of Immigration duly accredited agent, GPP CPAs ensures that foreign investors along with their expat employees have an immediate helpline entering and working in the Philippines with the appropriate Philippine visa, work permit, and related papers through our Philippine Visa Application Service. In GPP CPAs, we are committed to deliver our service based on the global standard. To ensure continuity of our service in this fast-changing business environment, we continuously develop business strategies that will ensure the delivery of our service based on our commitment. Our global outsourcing hub located outside Metro Manila ensures that our firm has a good manpower supply to deliver our client commitments while giving a bigger opportunity to the highly capable professionals located outside the metropolitan area. As a firm of seasoned generation, we ensure giving high priority to our team members' technical and personal development. In GPP CPAs, our working environment is a place where our team members can still fulfill their personal life duties despite the demands of our profession and grow despite of the special conditions. As we render our services, we enhance the good momentum of our partnership with our clients while maintaining public value as our contributions to the society's well-being. Embedding on every member the culture of credibility, professionalism, and accountability to uphold the quality of our service and support and adopt our stakeholders' sense for business. As a local accounting firm positioned to service foreign investors, strengthening our global presence through our global affiliation, various global referral partners, and a strong affiliate of Tax and Accounting Center is always our top strategy. In GPP CPAs, we work with global clients, global partners, and team members with global capabilities.
zero rating. VAT law is basically a consumption type VAT system that follows destination principle or cross-border doctrine. Okay, the onus of taxation is in that country where the goods, property, or services are destined, used, or consumed. Okay, so I think nakuha natin ito kanina, di ba? This is the reason why our VAT law goods, property, or services destined to be consumed, to be used, or consumed in the Philippines subject to dati 10 and 12% na. While those destined, used, or consumed abroad is 0%. Okay? So importation, batabon, outside, export is 0. Okay, so ito, what are those zero-rated transactions? Okay, the first one, export sales. Okay, zero rated. This is based on RR 21-2021. Okay, so basically, wala na dyan or na-implement na ang 9-2021. Ito na updated list, in other words. So the first one is actual export. Actual export, there's an actual flow of goods from Philippines to abroad. Okay, so sale actual shipment of goods from Philippines to foreign country, then paid for in acceptable foreign currency, or its equivalent in goods, services, and accounted for in accordance with BSP. Okay, so sa mga zero rated, mapapansin nyo yung phrase, itong phrase na acceptable foreign currency accounted for under BSP rules. So, ano ang BSP rules na tinutukoy dyan? Okay? So, ito yan. BSP Circular number 1389 issued sometime 1993. Okay. So, before that, ang rules ng BSP, pag-export, may inward remittance. Di ba? Maganda ang nagtutulong ng dolyar sa Pilipinas. Kaya ang ating mga OFWs are unsung heroes because of the dollar remittances, and we need more dollars. Okay, so after that, under this, nagkaroon ng nirelax nila ang export proceeds. Ano ang gagawin sa export proceeds? Okay, and that is, this position of foreign exchange receipts. This position of export proceeds. Foreign currencies, receipts, acquisitions, or earnings of residents from exports made at the option, made at the option of said exporter be sold to pesos to AABs outside the banking system, retained or deposited in a foreign currency account, whether in Philippines or abroad. Okay, so ibig sabihin, hindi na mandatory na inward remittance. Pero kung dadang kayo ng mga assessment ni BIA, ang hanapin sa inyo, inward remittance. Okay? Pag hindi na inward remittance, huwag kayong matakot. Ito ang pananggalan nyo. BSP Circular number 1389. Sinasabi dito, may freedom si exporter kung anong gagawin sa export proceeds. Not necessarily na inward remittance. If the exporter can have an account abroad, pwede doon lang, deposit. Meron kaming kliyente dati, Denmark. Siya ay mobile app. Ang mga kliyente niya ay Denmark. May mobile app, yung mga app sa cellphone, iPhone, siya ang nagde-develop. Ngayon, meron silang account, may corporate account sa Denmark. Ang bayad ng kliyente, dinideposit doon. Tapos, from that account, nire-remit kung kailangan. Nag-assessment si BIR. Sabi ni BIR, unsubstantiated, zero-rated. 12%. Lahat ng sales yan. Okay. So, yan, yun. Zero-rated yan. Okay? Ang ginawa namin, kumuha kami ng certificate of inward remittance or transfer mula sa account na yun papunta sa local account sa Pilipinas. Sinabi namin, ang bayad ng kliyente papunta doon. Under this, okay naman yun. Under the circular, okay naman yun. Then, from that account to the Philippines, they reconcile doon sa kanyang sales. Then other documents like proving that the client is abroad, not licensed to do business or not registered in the Philippines. And we were able to zero out yung assessment niya sa VAT. Okay? So yan. Then we have international shipping. Export siya pero nandito sa Pilipinas. Sale of goods, supplies, equipment, and fuel to persons engaged in international shipping. Di ba yung mga kargamento natin? Di ba? Either import, yung ano tayo, importer eh. Di ba kahit pako, hindi na natin minamanufacture. So yun, paano dinadala sa Pilipinas ang mga yun? Aeroplano or barko. So, yung mga barko, mga international shippers, dadaong lang, mag-unload, then babalik. Along the way, ano kailangan nila? Pagkain, supplies, gamit sa barko, etc. So, ang benta sa kanila is good as export. Okay? Zero rated. So, except, ito, may requirement. Meron silang intershipment. Walang intershipment. Otherwise, kung may intershipment in last part, then mababat sila yung part na yun. Okay? So, the concept is, pupunta sila sa Pilipinas, pupunta, babalik. Hindi na magliliwaliw. Diba? Punta, unload, balik. So, yung kailangan nila, para siyang export, in a way, consider the export, kasi hindi naman sa magliliwaliw, babalik naman agad. Okay? Yeah. Then we have ito ang para sa PESA. Okay, registered business enterprises. Sales to persons or entities whose exemption from direct and indirect taxes under special laws or international agreements with Philippines is a signatory, effectively subject such to zero rate. So, special law. Ito ay galing sa regulation. Yung kung titignan mo yung tax code, walang nabanggit na direct and indirect. Okay? Ang sinabi na sa tax code, exemption from taxes under special laws. Okay? So, nilagay ni BIR sa regulation. Mamaya, kukunin natin yung RMC, ibang detalye ng RMC 2020. So, sale of raw materials, inventories, supplies, equipment, packaging materials, and goods to registered export enterprises to be used. Ito na bagong phrase. Directly and exclusively. Okay, directly and exclusively in its registered activity. Then, itong 17 years, we call this sunset provision. Wala ito sa batas. Nilagay ng implementing rules ng Department of Finance, Joint IRR ni DOF at saka PY. DTI. Yun. Nilagay nila ang sunset provision, 17 years. Okay, from date of registration, and ang isang issue dito na I think hindi pa malinaw na sasagot, yun bang 17 years ay applicable sa mga bagong registered or applicable also sa mga existing enterprises? Okay? Ang personal view ko, dapat applicable siya sa mga bago lang. Bakit? In PESA, there are entities registered with PESA for the last 40 years. So just imagine, kung i-apply ang VAT zero rating, 17 years from date of registration to those who already registered as of create, edi 40 minus 17 equals ilan? 23. Magbabayad sila ng VAT for the past 23 years. Imagine, anong kasalanan mo 20 years ago? Sumunod ka lang naman sa batas. Bakit ka paparusahan ng sunset provision? Di ba? So, yun ang argumento ko. Pero akin lang yun. Sikreto lang natin yun. Bahala na sila kung... Okay? So, yun. Sa refer, registered export enterprises, sa refer ko, export enterprise as defined in... Okay, so, pag sinabing export enterprise, dalawa ang pwedeng maging kalugan. SEC rules relative to foreign investments, 60% export. Okay? Ibig sabihin, ang negosyo sa Pilipinas, generally para sa Pinoy, foreign investor, pwede sila mag-invest on certain areas. Kailangan ng capitalization, extent ng foreign ownership. So sa atin, general 60-40, 40% foreign. Tapos, depende, ang concentration ba nila ay local market or foreign market. Pag local market, medyo stricto tayo. 200,000 US dollars or Philippine peso equivalent. So 57.43 kahapon times 200,000, more than 10 million yun. Okay? So, bakit ganun? Because the rules would want to protect yung local players. Pag may kompetensya ang foreign, doon siya sa malalaki magkompetensya, hindi doon sa mga maliliit na players. Okay. So, pagka-export naman, welcoming ang rules natin. Pag export-oriented, exporting at least 60%, they are allowed 100% ownership in the Philippines, not much capitalization requirement. Okay? Kahit magkano, 5,000, 10,000, mabubuhay sila sa 5,000 na negosyo. Okay? Welcoming tayo. Why? Because mas marami tayong benefit. Export na market, hindi sila mag-compete sa local players. Tapos, we can make use. I mean, sila ay bibili, local suppliers, utilities, renta, employees, etc. So, mas tungkol sa atin in foreign market. But, talking about incentives with PESA, export-oriented relates to 70%. Okay? 70%. So 70% ng kanyang output ay ini-export. Ang tawag export-oriented enterprise o registered export enterprise sa PESA rules or sa incentives. Okay, so this one is for, so yun, basically, ito yung sa goods. Export, then letter B, then letter C. Now, let's go to service. So, as far as service is concerned, 1, 2, mas marami. Ito ata ito. Okay. Services other than processing. Okay. So, merong number 1 natin noon. Naging batable na siya. Ito yung number 2 dati. Naging number 1 na. So, services other than processing, manufacturing, repacking of goods, rendered to person engaged. Ito. Person engaged in business conducted outside. Sa yun. Person engaged in business conducted outside. Pangalawa, non-resident person not engaged in business who is outside. So, business person, non-business person outside of the Philippines when the services are rendered. So, saan i-render ng service? Sa Pilipinas. Yung recipient nasa ibang bansa, either business or non-business person. The consideration of which is paid for, ayan na naman, acceptable foreign currency, accounted for in accordance with the rules and regulations of BSP, in BSP issuance circular 1389. Right? So, ito ang basis, ito ang legal basis namin sa zero rating ng billings ng foreign client. Ito ang basis ng zero rating ng mga BPOs. Okay? Diba? So, yun. Anong requirement? Paano mo mapapatunayan na ang person engaged in business outside of the Philippines? Paano mo mapapatunayan na siya ay non-resident? Okay. Number 1, pag business outside, kunan mo na ang registration documents abroad. Okay? Tapos sa SEC may counterpart, negative certification. Kukuha ka din. 500 pesos ata, dati 300 500 pesos ata, kada company. Kaya yung kinikento ko kanina na Denmark, yun ang kinuha. So, kumuha sa SEC, negative certification, yung mga kliyente, ginunan ng kanilang parang certificate of incorporation. Ang patakaran natin, if a document is coming from abroad, issued by government abroad, or issued, executed abroad, consularized, red ribbon, or apostille. Okay, meron siyang certificate, may apostille certificate. Okay, so yun. Then, yung kanyang foreign currency, yung billing. Okay, paano ba niya binibill? Foreign currency. Yung bayad. Okay, sabi natin kanina, yung bayad ay nandun sa account sa Denmark, na-remit dito. So, trace namin yung takbo na pera. Or kung foreign, diretso sa Pilipinas, kuha ka sa bangko, local bank, ng certificate of inward remittance. Can do it either every remittance, monthly or quarterly or annual. Okay? But then, kung maraming transaction ng account na yun, yung iba doon ay maaaring hindi sales related, baka utang. So, i-reconcile mo sa iyong sales at saka inward remittance. Okay? So, yun. Yan ang number one. And of course, the rest, you issue zero-rated invoice or receipt. You indicate in the VAT return as zero-rated, in your summary list of sales as zero-rated. Okay, so next, number two is the counterpart ng sale of goods. So ito service sa mga registered enterprises. So, special laws. Okay? Then, this one is also a counterpart. Ito ang sadyang bago. Okay? Ito ay actually pattern sa dating provision. Dinagdagan lang niya. Ito yung sadyang bago. Counterpart ito na kabila. Okay, so infrastructure, utilities, maintenance, repair, overhaul, to a registered export enterprises. Okay, used again directly and exclusively. Registered export enterprise, hindi sinabing PESA registered. Registered business registered export enterprise, RWE. Tapos exclusively, directly, and exclusively. Okay. So, bakit? Marami ang klase ng registered entities. Sa PESA is one of the many, we call them investment promotion agencies. PESA, POI, SPMA, etc. Okay. So, yan. Services, mamaya may kukunin pa tayo doon. May skip mo na. Rendered to persons engaged, ito, international shipping as well. Meron kami isang kliyente. Ano siya? Ship supply. Yung mga barko sa Manila Bay, mga kausap nila yung mga may-ari, pagdaong, pagkain, karne, kung ano ng supplies, lubid, PC, ano ba? Diesel, yung kanilang fuel. So, yun ang negosyo nila. So, they are engaged in international shipping, international cargo. Okay, so, transport the passengers and cargo by domestic air or sea vessels from Philippines to a foreign country. Philippines to foreign country. Direct ang lipad. Okay? However, they are still liable to percentage tax. Ito sa Title 5. Sale of power or fuel generated through renewable energy. Okay, nakita mo sa video. Sa tuktok nito ay may solar panels. Yun, kanina brown out. Pero meron tayong aircon. Buti na lang bumalik. So, yun, renewable source. Pero hindi mo na kayo nagbibenta. Dito, binibenta, renewable source. So, kung ikaw ay marami pera, pwede ka magnegosyo, magano ka ng solar farm, makaka-generate ka ng kuryente, tapos ibenta mo ang kuryente. Yun ang zero rated energy. So, renewable energy. And if you want to study that further, Revenue Regulation 7-2002. Dito, sinasabi, ang zero rating ng renewable energy ay twofold. Yung benta, okay, yung benta nila using renewables energy and yung bili nila. Parang PESA din. Yung suppliers nila, zero rated, papunta sa renewable energy seller. Yung benta nilang renewable energy seller, zero rated din. Okay? So, yun. Ito ang ginawa kong dating-dati pa. Pero may konting kaibahan na. See? Pwede nyo kunin ito para makita ang basics ng PESA. Pero, mamaya, guguluhin natin. Kunin nyo ang basic, pero guguluhin natin. Gulo, no? Okay, so sige. Registered activity. Sa PESA, nire-registro activity ng company. Ibig sabihin, maaari mangyari ng PESA company ay maraming activities. Pwedeng registered lahat, pwedeng hindi lahat registered. So, if you are dealing with PESA entities, ensure na anong activity ang involved sa transaction. Registered activity or non-registered activity. Kung registered activity, tingnan mo din, export, registered export, enterprise ba yun or hindi? So, registered export, exporting at least 70%. Kasi merong logistics dyan. Logistics, parang trading yun. Hindi siya exporter. Okay, so yan. So, registered activity, PESA, buyer, seller. Nagbenta, PESA, registered activity. Ang buyer si PESA, VAT exempt yun. Ang seller sa registered activity, ang buyer, non-resident, non-PESA, pero non-registered activity, technical importation. Bakit technical? Kasi nasa Pilipinas lang naman yun. Kanina importation from abroad to Philippines. Ito, technical importation from PESA to outside PESA or non-registered PESA. Okay? Ito, registered activity, buyer, non-resident. Zero rated, automatic in section 106, actual export. Yan. Non-registered activity ni PESA, huwag ka nang mag-isip, walang incentive yun. Except kung ang buyer ay registered enterprise, export-oriented, 0%. Pag non-registered, 12%. Okay? Customs territory, ibig sabihin outside PESA. Okay, outside PESA, hindi registered sa PESA. Nagbenta, buyer, PESA, registered activity, technical export. Bakit na naman technical? Kasi nasa Pilipinas lang sila. Okay? Technical lang by the rules. Pero by physical location, Pilipinas lang. Okay? PESA non-registered activity, walang incentive na pinag-usapan, 12%. Okay? Non-resident, nagbenta. Nalala mo yung last paragraph ng section 105 ng service. Okay. So, seller, non-resident, buyer, PESA, registered activity, VAT exempt ang classification. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, hindi mag-apply ang last paragraph ng 105. Hindi pa rin papasahan pag PESA, registered activity, registered export enterprise. Okay? So, non-PESA, okay lang, 12%, 1,600. Ito ang last paragraph ng section 105. Yan ang basics. Pero mamaya, sa 21-21, guguluhin natin yun. Okay, so ito yung batas. Sale and shipment, and actual shipment of goods from Philippines to foreign country. Respect, kanina kinuha natin sa zero rated ng goods and service regulation yun. Wordings ng regulation. Ito yung wordings ng batas. Section 108B2, Section 106A. Okay, so yan. Agreed upon which influence foreign currency accounted for in the BSD. Sorry, zero rated pa na ba sila? Okay, train. Not na yung luma. Anyway, 106 worded as follows. Okay, so, okay, ito yung bago. Ito yung bago. Sorry, ito ata yung luma. Ito na captionan. Sales to person entities whose exemption under special laws. Di ba naalala mo kanina? Post exemption from direct, indirect taxes. Wala. Ito yung batas. Wala yung naka-underline kanina. To which Philippines is signatory. So, Section 106, same wordings. Because before train, ito ang basis ng zero rating ng PESA. Kasi dati, nung lumabas ang 9-2021, ang sabi ng iba, paano yan? Pati PESA. Ang export ng PESA ay batable na din. O ang sale papunta kay PESA ay batable na din. Then my argument was using this. Sabi ko, I believe, zero rated pa rin because of this. Kasi before, after, same provision. Okay? Same through with sale of service to PESA. So ito rin yun. Okay? 108B3 is the same provision in the trade. Kanina, binago lang ang provision, pero same wordings. Sabi sabihin, andun pa rin ang legal basis, andun pa rin ang rule. Okay? So, ito na ang create. Subject to the conditions and period of availment in 295-296, the following types of tax incentives may be granted. Okay, so ito yan. Nung kaguluhan pa ito ng 9/2021. Ito, ibig sabihin, sa incentives, tatlo pa rin ang zero rating ng local purchase. Okay, so ito. Ang incentive na pinag-uusapan sa registered enterprises, di ba sabi natin kanina, actual export, zero rated. So, yung zero rating na yan is based on tax code. Hindi yan incentive. Kahit sino, PESA o non-PESA, registered or non-registered, na mag-i-export, actual export, available yun. Kami, accounting firm, yung client, abroad, ibibil, zero rated. Okay? Yun. Yung incentive sa PESA, yung purchase niya sa suppliers. Ikaw PESA, ako supplier mo. Okay? Zero rated. Kung ikaw ay registered business export enterprise. Yan ang incentive. Kung ikaw hindi PESA, export ka, pero hindi ka PESA, pagbenta ko sa iyo, batable. Wala kang incentive. Nakuha? Okay, sige. Hindi na tayo. Okay, VAT exemption, importation, ito rin yan. Pinapakita ko lang yung nasa create. Zero rating of local purchases and only apply to goods and services. Ayan. Take note of this. Directly and exclusively used in the registered project or activity by registered business enterprises. Pero sa mga regulation, ang ginagamit hindi registered business enterprise. Kasi general term yun. Registered export enterprise. Okay? So, ano naman to? Rule IRR. Okay. Saan so, na-apply? Inulit lang. Ito yung 17 years na sinasabi ko. Yan yung IRR. Wala yung sa batas, diba? Wala yung nakita. Direct and exclusive use. Ayun ito, sige. Direct and exclusive use refers to raw materials, inventories, supplies, equipment, goods, packaging materials, services, including provision of basic infrastructure, utilities, maintenance, repair, etc. and other expenditure. Okay, kasi medyo magulo ito ngayon eh. Example, yung isang PESA registered entity magbibenta, meron siyang long-term lease sa isang lupa sa ecozone. Meron siyang building. Ibibenta niya yung building papunta sa another PESA registered enterprise. Question, batable and batable. Okay, ano sabi ni PESA? Batable. Bakit daw? Kasi wala daw dito. Okay, ano sabi ni BIR? Mga informal lang na discussions nila. Batable. Kasi wala daw dito. Okay, so ito na yung pinagbabasehan nila. Direct and exclusive. Ako, sabi ko, bakit hindi dapat sa kasama sa other? Ang tanong, ito bang definition ng exclusive and direct? Direct and exclusive is all-inclusive. Ibig sabihin, kung anong wala dyan, wala na. Because ito ay regulation. Hindi ito yung batas. Ang regulation nag-define ng batas. Ang regulation nag-define ng termino sa batas. Because for me, I believe, dapat hindi ito all-inclusive. Kasi PESA to PESA, parang silang registered export enterprises. Saan gagamitin ang VAT? Si buyer ay export yung building gagamitin sa kanyang export activities. So, nasaan ang VAT? Okay, but anyway, that is just my view. Kasi paulit-ulit kami ng isang nagtatanong. Tanong siya, ano sabi ni PESA? Ganito. Ano sabi ni PESA? Ganito. Uparuling. Tagal. Diba? Okay, anyway, yan ang problema. Sale to persons or entities was exemption from, yan, yung regulation kanina. Ito rin yan, copy-paste. Okay, so, services rendered to persons was exemption from, service, actually, ulit ko lang yun. Okay, ito, RMC 24-2022, Q&A ng RR 21-2021. Okay, so sabi natin kanina, yung train, yung mga zero rated, sabi ng bagong policy, magiging batable. Yun na yung listahan kanina ng zero rating. A, export, B, C, etc. Okay, ngayon, yung 9-2021 ang nilabas, nagkagulo. Tiniper ng RR 15-2021. Bumawi naman sa RR 21-2021. So ito na ngayon. Okay, pagkatapos, maraming tanong, RC 24-2020. Ito ang pinaka-mood ko in my own terms ng RMC 2021 as clarified by RMC 24-2022. Okay. Upon publication, December 10, 2021. Okay? Retroactive po ito. Tapos na yung first one. Iyan natin. Kasi naging effective na June 2, 30. Tapos sinuspend. May part doon na naging applicable. Kaya may batability doon sa period there. Certificate of zero rating. Kaya ikaw, PESA Enterprise, kukuha na certificate of zero rating mula sa PESA. Okay? So, Annex A, ito, Annex A, hindi naman nakikita. Annex B, sa luma, sa bago. Magbaliktad. Sa bago, sa luma. Sa bago, ito ay bago. Hindi natin makita masala kayo ba na schedule. Ito yung para mga luma, existing business enterprises. Na RPAs to annually submit, PESA na to, PESA. Nasubmit sila ng list of BIR, list of export enterprises, BIR. Prior BIR approval, okay, ito sabi ko kanina, RR 407, tinanggal ang BIR prior approval sa zero rated ng sale to ng effective zero rating. Ibinalik na ngayon. Ano requirements? Yung COR at Certificate of VAT Zero Rating, ito na nakuha sa PESA, for example, affidavit on directly and exclusively para sasabihin na itong binili or bibilhin ay directly and exclusively. Other corroborative documents. Then, as of March 9, so ibig sabihin, as of March 9, 2022, ang sale to PESA registered export enterprises ay dapat may prior approval. Pero, kung susuyurin yan, I'm sure marami ang... Okay, so, export enterprises to provide local suppliers with, yan, COR, BIR Certificate of Registration, Investment Promotion Agency, COR, Certificate of Zero Rating, ni IPAs. For input VAT refund. Okay, pag magre-refund ka, BIR approved. So ito ay para sa supplier. Ang supplier ni PESA mag-apply ng refund sa zero rating. BIR approved but zero rating to be included in the list of requirements. If local suppliers are being imposed 12% VAT, nagkamali, ano na ang gagawin? Reimburse and cancel o RSI. Ganun lang, reimburse lang and cancel. VAT of export enterprises, 17 years from date of registration unless extended. Sale of VAT registered export under ITH or domestic market enterprise to export enterprise 0% on direct and exclusive. Yan, mamaya, di ba? Madali na table ko, no? Pagdating dito, magulo na. Yan. Pero yan pa rin na base. Mamamodify lang. Napicturean nyo. Napicturean nyo yan. Gusto nyo picturean. Basta, sikreto lang natin yun, ha? Ayan, sige. Kung gusto nyo picturean. Hindi, yung slide lang. Wala namang pangalan eh. Pagka sinabi saan galing yan, sabihin mo, pulot mo lang. Huwag mo na akong pangalanan. Eh, pag may kagandahan naman may dulot sa iyo, hindi naman sa akin. Kaya pag may masama din nangyari sa iyo, huwag mo din isisi sa akin. Ando naman ang reference, tingnan mo na lang. Okay? Ayan. So, ito, gusto nyo picturean. Akin lang ito. Ay, napicturean nyo na lang. Okay naman na lahat. Gusto nyo balik ko? Nahihirapan ko na yung operator. O, sige. Meron pa. O, sige. Smile. Smile. Ano naman? Waki. Smile. Okay na. Okay, sige. Ito. Sorry walang budget kasi yung si Ma'am Lee, walang budget. different na materials. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, sige, next. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay naman, okay. 1, 2, 3, smile. Chap-chap naman, chap-chap. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Ito naman. Final. Sige. Okay na tayo, no? Hindi pa. VAT on domestic market enterprise. Okay, VAT exempt, registered domestic market enterprise, to export enterprises and non-RDE, so VAT exempt. RDE sale of VAT exempt imported capital equipment. Di ba kanina? Yung tax-free importation, it invented the transfer to non-tax-free. Ito yan related. Okay? So zero rated kung ang bibili ay export enterprise, kung non-export enterprise o domestic market enterprise under 5%, exempted pa din. The non-export, domestic, not under 5%, so 12%. Okay? So, sales of customs territory to export enterprises subject to 0% until the end of transitory period. Ano sa transitory period? Nung take effect ang create, yung existing PESA registered entities, they could continue yung kanilang incentives. Income tax holiday hanggang matapos. Okay, kung income tax holiday ang incentive nila hanggang matapos ang income tax holiday, okay na. Kung sila naman ay income tax holiday at saka 5%, tuloy ang income tax holiday, magpa 5% sila after within a period of 10 years from effectivity. Kung sila naman ay 5% GIT, ngayon ay 5% SCIT na. Diyan, Special Corporate Income Tax. Iba ng term, dati gross income tax. So 5% GIT sila, tuloy ang GIT up to until 10 years from effectivity ng create. Yan ang transitory provision, transition period. Okay, so sale of custom territory to non-export enterprises, 12%. Okay, VAT registration, maintain VAT registration during ITH with multiple regimes. ITH, 5%. Update registration as VAT exempt upon expiration of ITH during 5% GIT within 2 months from... So, sinasabi niya, pagka natapos ng ITH, naging 5% niya, ang registration niya ay magiging VAT exempt na. Which could mean non-VAT. Kaya doon ako may reservation. Hindi ako sumusunod dyan. Bakit? Mamaya, makikita natin. In relation to refund. Kasi pagka ikaw ay, ang requirement ng VAT refund, para ka ma-allow ng VAT refund, you must be VAT registered. Yan, VAT exempt, equivalent yan is non-VAT registration. So, ang pinapoint out ko, kung ikaw ay VAT, ikaw ay non-VAT registered or VAT exempt registered, under Section 109, kung ikaw ay exporter, ang export mo is VAT exempt, hindi zero rated. Ako ha? Kung ikaw VAT registered, nag-export ka, zero rated. Kung ikaw ay non-VAT registered, nag-export ka, Section 109, VAT exempt ka. So, kung hindi ka zero rated, kung VAT exempt ka, paano ka makaka-refund? Nag-excessive VAT. Yan, kaya, okay, so for VAT-related transaction like export sale, is it also 0% OPT or not? Or not subject to OPT? Okay, so there is no 0%. Under OPT rules, it's either 0% if VAT registered or 3% OPT. Pero ngayon, yung 3% OPT, because of the pandemic, is 1% until June at that 2020. If registered under OPT, OPT registered export sale are subject sales are subject to 3%. Okay, yan sinasabi ko. Kung percentage taxpayer, ang export niya ay hindi zero rated, VAT exempt, at liable 3%. Kung siya ay VAT registered, ang export sale niya ay zero rated. Wala siyang percentage tax. Bakit? May nangyari isang kliyente, American BPO, na in-assess ni BIR. Ang nangyari, siya ay selling 10 million a year ata. Okay? Ang threshold that time was 1.5 billion lang. Sabi, ang daming input, hindi naman sila nagre-refund. Paano daw maiwasan ang input? But, ang ginawa, may isang consultant, puro na sulsul, mali naman sinusulsul. May isang consultant sabi, from VAT, mag-non-VAT daw. Which they did. Nag-update ng registration from VAT, naging non-VAT. So, they continued, export sale, walang VAT, walang percentage tax na binayaran. Pumunta ngayon si BIR na-assess. Anong sabi ni BIR? Ang sale mo, 10 million. Ang threshold, 1.5 million. Non-VAT ka. See, dapat mag-VAT ka. Wala siyang binayaran percentage tax. Sinisingil siya ng percentage tax. Sinisingil siya ng VAT. Tapos, nag-meeting kami ni BIR. Sabi ni BIR, di ba? Maling-mali ito eh. Para papamukha niya sa akin. Kliyente mo ito ba? Mali-mali ginawa dito. So sabi ko, sir, ngayon lang lumapit sa akin yan. Pangalawa, sir. Pangalawa, iyan ay nag-update ng registration from non-VAT to VAT. Kung nag-update niyan, sino ba nag-approve niyan? Kung sasabihin mo, tanga yung kliyente, sino ba nag-approve niyan? Di ba mas tanga yung nag-approve? Nag-isip. Yan ang simpleng ba? Huwag mo silang iyayain. Grabe naman yun. Okay, so yun, tumigil na. Pero, yan, wala na. Okay, so, next point. Huwag niyong gagalitin ng BIR. Pag ginalit niyo, may kasunod niyang kliyente. Baka naman mas tama siya, manda ka. Danda ako naman sinabi. Sabi ko, sir, hindi ko alam anong nangyari kasi kakaano lang sa akin niya. Dito lang ako sa assessment, wala akong kinalaman. Pero sa isip ko, sir, lang, hindi naman magiging ganyan kung hindi na-approve ang registration update. Ganun lang ang sabi ko, hindi ko nasunod. Pinipasayos ko lang para matawa kayo. Kaya naisip niya, naintindihan niya. Naging maayos na ang sabi. Pero sabi ko sa nandito ako para i-discuss paano matatapos yan. Ayan. So naintindihan niya, hindi ako galit sa kanya, hindi ko siya pinapaiyak. Kasi obviously, hindi naman mangyayari yun kung hindi in-approve ni BIR ang application. Di ba? Obvious naman eh. Obvious, mali. By space. Kasi, any person, batable, section 105, paragraph 1, batable yun. Di ba? Threshold, 1.5 dating eh, 3 million. Dati pa 10 million eh. Paano mada-downgrade ang 10 million na batable way more than 1.5 or 3 million? Hindi ko alam anong magic. Okay? So, yan. Sige. What are the implications of VAT-exempt sales transaction? VAT-exempt naman tayo. Padami ata kwento ko ah. Wala, 64 out of 109 slides. Bibilis ako na konti. Okay? Kala ko whole day ito eh. Nabibila ko. Maganda pala ulit pag face-to-face, no? Kasi sa online, parang salita ka lang ng salita. Hindi mo alam, ano mukha, ano reaction. Kasi pag mag-browse ka naman dun sa attendees, naka-off naman ang video. So minsan, kung naka-on naman, nakahilata lang. Parang ikaw, salita, nantal ka lang nun, dali pa. Nakaka-relate. At least nakikita ko, mag-smile sila kahit may mask. Okay, so sige. Yun. Below are the common implications of VAT-exempt sales. Under VAT-exempt, no VAT is imposable, so seller does not pass on 12% VAT. Buyer does not get any input VAT. VAT regulations do not require securing a ruling for VAT exemption. But of course, it's optional. Issuance of OR or SI with VAT exempt, written or imprinted. Ito, namamanage naman yun. Di ba yung OR? Meron sa gilid, batable, zero rated, exempt. Ngayon, ang problema minsan, pag sinulat, lahat ng linya sinusulatan. Dapat isi-shoot mo lang, di ba? I-shoot mo kung ba't exempt. Kung lang sa ba't exempt, mga half inch lang siguro yan. Eh, tipirin mo na lang ang sulat kamay mo. Huwag mong papalagpasin. Bakit? Ang premise noon, kung VAT OR ang inisyo mo, hindi malinaw kung exempt, zero rated, battable, ang premise battable yun. Yung buyer, i-claim yung 12% VAT. So, kung ikaw seller, nag-claim si buyer, hindi ka nag-declare ng 12%, sino lugi? Gobyerno. Sisingilin ka ngayon ni gobyerno. Okay? So, yun. Written or imprinted prominently on the face of the OR or SI. Declaration of the return, input VAT. Ito din, dapat matandaan mo ito. Okay? Pag VAT exempt ang transaction, walang input VAT. Kung ang source ng item na yon ay mayroong input VAT, yan, yung kanina, yung apportionment or allocation. So, i-allocate kasi yung attributable to exempt ay magiging expense, depende sa item, related item. Expense kung expense item, or cost kung asset item. VAT exempt may opt to apply VAT exempt siya, pero pwede rin siyang maging battable. Example, ako ay realty. Magpapatayo ako. Pag tumama ko sa loto, magpapatayo ako ng isang apartment. Ang kada unit, not more than 15,000. So, VAT exempt yan, di ba? Pero ngayon, pag paggawa ko ng apartment, edi marami akong input VAT. Tama? So, kung ako ay VAT exempt, yung input VAT na yun ay part ng cost ng asset. Tapos, yun ay madidepreciate. Tama? Eh, matagal ko bang mababawi? Kasi 20, 30, 50 years ang depreciation. Ngayon, gagawa ko ng magic. Kahit ako ay VAT exempt, gagawin kong battable. 15,000 plus VAT ang charge ko sa aking mga parokyano. Kada unit. Hindi ngayon, magbabawi ko yung VAT. So may output ako, dahil marami akong input mula sa construction, parang nabawi ko yung VAT. Nakawa? Kasi pag mag-VAT ako, yung input VAT ng construction ay separately. So, yun ang input VAT ko as against the output VAT doon sa aking 15,000. Pero take note, 15,000 rental residential unit, per unit na 15,000 is exempt. Ito yun. Kahit exempt, may option ako maging battable yun para mabawi. But, meron 3 years. Hindi ako pwedeng bumalik. Ibig sabihin, baka 3 years time, maubos ko na input VAT. E di, balik na ako sa, i-claim ko na ngayon ang VAT exemption. Sino talo? Eh di yung nag-rent. Kasi sa kanya ko kinuha yung input VAT. Alam mo nila yun? Baka hindi. Basta maganda naman yung unit mo eh. Di ba? Yan ang bawal na technique. Okay. So, sige. Isa-isa natin. Exam transaction. Hindi sa kurang mag-konti ha. Sale and importation of agricultural marine food pala. Okay. So, ito, pagkain. Ang purpose basically ito is para hindi maapektuhan masyado yung presyo ng basic commodities. Okay? Except, di ba yung VAT? Papasa ko kay Lee, papasa yung VAT. So, kada pasa, edi yung pag-cascade nun, hindi naman directly proportionate eh. Minsan, yung iba, mataas mag-increase. So, malaking impact ng VAT. So, in-exempt, para yung pagkain hindi masyado mahal. Importation ng personal, ito naman, mga balikbayan. Okay, balikbayan. So, may isang kliyente dati, yung executive, bahay nila sa UK ata. Sa UK, ang laman ng bahay niya, nilagay sa container van, dinala sa Pilipinas. Kasi 2 years siya magtatrabaho dito. Ultimo rep. Diba? Ano ba rep sa Pilipinas? Parang, so yun. Belonging to residents of the Philippines return. Itong isa, temporary travel, isa, mga OFWs, client, etc. So they're allowed to bring. Okay? Services subject, ito yung sinasabi ko. Services subject to percentage tax. Title 5 pala ito. Okay, Title 5 yung percentage tax valuation. Exempted siya sa VAT, pero may percentage tax siya, specific rates. Okay, ito yung ito yan. Exempted ito, 30%. So ito yung Title 5. So exempted siya sa VAT, pero VAT siya specifically. Okay? Services by agricultural contract growers, okay? Meaning for others apply authorized, okay? Agricultural, related din sa pagkain. Medical, dental, hospital, and veterinary services except by professional. Kung doktor ako, ang clinic ko, hiwalayin ko yung laboratory. Kasi pag sinama ko sa akin practice, PF, patable. Pag kiniwalay, gawa kong kumpanya siguro, ako pumasok dito. So, VAT exempt. Okay. Educational services. Okay, ito, DepEd, CHED, TESDA. Before train, TESDA, wala, or implemented. Basta, doon sa time, at TESDA hindi kasama dyan. Okay, pero ngayon, nandun na. So, DepEd, CHED, and TESDA, accredited schools, VAT exempt. Services by individuals pursuant to employer-employer relationship, kailangan ko ba talagang ilagay yan? Di ba? Engage in trade or business. Ikaw employee, independent ba o dependent? Dependent naman, hindi mo nila kailangan. Pero nandiyan pa rin, kaya na natin. Regional or area headquarters, RHQ. ROHQ, Regional Operating Headquarters, hindi yan. RHQ, Regional or Area Headquarters, ito yun. Kasi yung ROHQ, ayun, allowed sila magkumita. They render specific services to related parties. Okay? So, yun. Sila ang mga nauna sa industriya ng BPO sa Pilipinas. Okay? Mga RHQ. Mga Shell, mga Chevron, yan. Then ito is RHQ, Regional Area. So ito yung admin office. $50,000 capitalization. Okay? Exempted. Pero may nakita ko sa ruling. Ano ko yung ruling na yun? Sabi niya, ang section 109 dito, tinukoy niya, is exempted. Pero ang nagpaparuling, representative office. Di naman hamak. Ang regional or area ay hindi rep office. Ang rep office, $30,000. Okay? Iba ang purpose ng rep office, iba ang purpose ng RHQ. Pero ito, RHQ. Okay? So, next. Transactions which are exempt under this international agreement with Philippines signatory under special laws. So, kanina, yung special law, zero rating. Ito, special law, tax exemption. Ibig sabihin, tingin ka sa special law, kung ano sinasabi na, exempt or zero rated. Kung zero rated, doon ka sa zero rating. Kung exempt, ito yun. Sale by agreement, ito, mga po naman ito. Agricultural, lending, non-agricultural, except capitalization, contribution of more than 15,000 regardless of capital and surplus. Ito yung sinasabi ko. Export sales of persons who are not VAT registered. Exempted siya. VAT exempt siya. Ngayon, ang worry ko, hindi siya zero rated. Kasi hindi siya VAT registered. Exempted siya kasi non-VAT registered siya. So, paano siya ay makaka-refund? Ang requirement sa refund, number 1, that the registered is a VAT registered entity. O, inano ito. Diba? The other thing is, yung export siya, pag non-VAT, subject sa percentage tax. Diba? Okay. Sale of real properties. Okay, so itong mga figures, may regulation na inisyo si BIR, nagbago na yung 2.5, naging 3.1. And take note sa create, binago na niya yung mga threshold and exceptions. Okay? So, list of residential, 15,000 ako na tayo dyan. R is more on freedom of the press. Okay? Dinagdagan. Before kasi nito, ang e-books, yan, sikat na, ang e-books. Dati manual. Ako, hindi pa rin ako fanatic ng e-books. Bakit? Pag nagpalit ka ng laptop, hindi mo na kopya, wala ka ng libro. At least pag manual, printed ang libro, yun, kahit tinadaga na iniipis, libro pa. Kapag pagan mo lang, kung matagal mong hindi nagamit, kapag pagan mo, libro pa rin yan. So dito, kasama ng e-books. Okay? So, yung mga rulings na available sa BIR, ang e-books ay batable. Dito, exempt na siya. Okay? And also, yung journal. Transport of passengers by international carriers of passengers. Sale, importation, lease of passenger to. Hindi ba tayo gumagawa kaya ini-exempt na lang cargo vessel, yung mga ferries, diba? Yung catamaran ng mga double hull, for example. Yan. Vessel, cargo vessels, passenger vessels, aircraft, including engine, equipment for domestic or international. Pero I think sa Cebu meron tayo shipbuilding na. Okay, importation of fuel and goods supplies by persons in international shipping. O, di ba kanina mayroon international shipping? So ito yung dala nila. Dala nila papasok. Exempt. Yung benta sa kanila ng tagaloob, papunta sa kanila, zero rated. Parang export. Okay? Baka malito kayo. Services above, exempted, pero grocery sales tax. Title 5. Goods and services to senior citizens. Ito. I think, well, yung special law, sinama dyan. So, RA number 994. Transfer of property pursuant to, ito, yung rate kanina ng discussion natin. Okay? Di ba, may regulation nagsabi na batable kung ordinary asset, 2011. Dito, actually, may issuance na nagsabi nun na hindi na siya. I think it was just circular. Sinupuntahan nitong VAT exemption. So malinaw na, VAT exempt. Kaya dumadami na yung mga real estate investment. Association dues. Okay, so malinaw, VAT exempt. Ang hindi malinaw, income tax. Okay? Sale of goods to Bangko Sentral, dating zero rated yan. Nasa board exam. Lumabas sa board exam ata dati, ang tinanong silver. Zero rated. Hindi false kasi gold. Ngayon nasa exam. Okay, so ito, ang mga medicines. Ito dapat ay 2023 ata dati ito. Inamit niya ginawang 2021. Ang DOH, from time to time, nag-issue siya within 60 days. And from time to time, nag-issue ang DOH ng mga exempted na mga medicines. Okay? So ito naman ay related sa COVID. Okay, related sa COVID, VAT exempt. Di ba? Minsan nag-hearing paano ang presyohan ng bakuna. Mahal ang presyo kasi daw nakasama doon yung VAT. Ito yung sagot. Exempted. Okay? Kaya nakalimutan na natin yan. No? Masawa na ng Facebook. Masawa na mo yun yung sarili nating ayun, hindi ako sabungan. Okay, finally, ito yung threshold ng VAT. Okay? Ito yung threshold ng VAT. So, sale of goods or properties or the performance of services other than transactions mentioned, A2BB, the gross annual sales and or receipts do not exceed the amount of 3 million pesos. Yan sinasabi natin. Section 105, any person who sell any person who in the course of trade or business sales, barters, exchanges, and leases goods or properties and imports subject to VAT. Except, batabang siya, pero hindi siya mag-exceed ng 3 million na threshold, pwede siya mag-register ng VAT exempt. Non-VAT. In which case, liable siya percentage tax. Exempted siya sa VAT, pero liable siya sa percentage tax. The moment mag-exceed siya sa threshold, mandatorily, mag-upgrade siya ng registration. Okay? Magiging liable siya sa VAT, magkakaroon siya ng input VAT. Pero pag hindi siya naka-upgrade, liable siya sa VAT, pero wala siyang input VAT dahil hindi siya percentage tax. Pero ang VAT liability niya, from the time na nag-exceed up to onwards. Kasi may mga assessment si BR pabalik. Hindi ko makita ang legal basis doon. Kasi nagbayad ka na sa percentage tax eh. Di ba? Dapat makakamove na. Si BIR parang love life. Hindi siya makamove. Balik. Nagbayad na nga ng percentage tax. Sisingin pa na siya ng VAT. Okay? Sige. VAT exempt transaction with 3% or now 1% up to 2023 because of the pandemic automatically apply. Okay? So, ang sabi ko, di ba, madami ang VAT exempt transactions. A to C. Take it case-to-case basis. Example, most of those VAT exempt na OPT exempt pa. Like AA, B. VAT exempt OPT kasi iniwasan na ng presyo ng pagkain. Those exempt 109 C, VAT exempt pero 3% or 1%. Unless elected VAT exempt, that is irrevocable for 3 years. Those under Title 5, VAT exempt pero percentage tax is specific rates. Ito na yun. Ito yung mga yun. Magkakaiba to. Okay? Pero pinakita ko lang. Huwag na natin isa-isahin yun. Percentage tax, domestic carriers, keepers of garages, taxi, international carriers, yung 3% na banggit, franchise, overseas, ito, mal, ang long distance. Bank, non-bank, pinasal. So, okay na tayo. Ito. What are allowed reduction from sales under VAT regulations? Okay? Ang pag-usapan natin yung sales discount. Kasi, di ba, sa income tax, sales discount deductible. Sa VAT, may sales discount. Ano ang kaiba nila? Dito, trade discount. Okay, trade discount. 20% off. Yan. Kasi, ang sabi, granted at the time of sale, expressly indicated in the invoice, forming part of the gross sales duly recorded in the books of accounts. Ito pinaka-importante. The grant of which is not dependent upon the happening of future event. You take up cash discount. 2, 10, and 30. 2% is paid in 10 days. No discount beyond 10 days, 30 days and term, past due, 31st onward. Cash discount, depending upon the happening of the future event, which is early payment. So, hindi yan deductible dito. Ang deductible trade discount. Okay? Sa income tax, ang tinatax is yung net, yung totoong kita. Kaya, whether trade or cash, deductible yan. Okay? So, dito, sales returns. So, ito, sales returns, actual returns. Okay, so, sige, next. Ay, salamat. Kunti lang, tapos na. Input VAT. Ito na ang mukha ng part. Anong part nito? Nasa front page. Input VAT component. So, total sales, so output VAT, nasa 19B. Tapos, babawas na yung input VAT component. Doon sa taas, yung mamanahin. Allowable input, carried over from previous period, capital goods, transitional, presumptive, then 21 is on current transaction. Okay? Current transaction. So, purchase of capital goods not exceeding 1 million. Pero, wala na yun ngayon, di ba? Purchase of capital goods exceeding 1 million. I mean, not exceeding, ito pa rin. Yung exceeding, wala na yung apportionment. I mean, wala na yung allocation. Domestic purchase of goods other than capital goods. Okay, so sige. Income tax may capital asset. VAT may capital goods. Anong kaibahan? Okay, capital asset, pinaka-layman, asset not used in trade or business. Binenta mo, lupa, capital gains tax. Okay? Dito, capital goods, number 1, it must be an asset subject to depreciation. Okay? Number 2, para sa apportionment, yung aggregate cost, hindi lang isa, could be aggregate cost, not more than 1 million. I mean, more than 1 million in a particular month. Paano yun? Yan mo, natin aralin, wala na nga yun. Di ba? Paano ang accountant bumili ng sasakyan? Noong 2018, bago yung trade, maraming kwento, maraming marites. Yung sasakyan, magmamahal, times 2, times 3. Ito naman kami. Nadala marites. Paano ginawa namin? Every quarter, may pabayarang VAT. Tama? Yung ibabayad namin ng VAT, hindi na payment namin ng sasakyan. Ang pinili na namin, not more than 1 million. Hindi yan. Hindi, not more than 1 million. May VAT ka. 900,000 times 12%. 100 something. Magkano yung pinat mo? I-promo pa yung sasakyan. Mababa ang down payment. See? So, ibig sabihin, dahil sa VAT, nakabili kami ng wheels. Paano? Yan na naman ang bawal na technique ng mga accountant. Ngayon, wala nang capital goods. Pwede na naman gumawa. Diba? Makakabili ka na mas maraming input VAT. 2 million na yung Fortuner. 2 million na Okay, so yan. Okay, nag-iisip. Bibili na siya. Nag-iisip, pagka naman sa office. Pero recommend kay boss. Okay, so sige yan. Domestic purchase of services, services by non-residents. Ito yung 1600. Ito yung last paragraph ng 105. Purchases that qualify for input input tax. Okay. Meron ko narinig ng Marites, sabi, pag hindi mo na-clear dito, ang not subject, not qualified for income tax, ay hindi daw deductible for income tax. Sabi ko, saan kayo nakuha yun? Wala naman akong nadaanan na requirement for deductibility sa income tax na dapat na-declare sa VAT. Okay, so Marites yun. Huwag kayo nagsiwala. Okay, so yan, sige. The rest, ito, carry forward, credit. What are the allowed creditable input VAT? Okay, previous month or quarter, di ba? Sabi natin, carry over, make forever, life. Local purchase of goods and services, duly supported. So, ikaw ay VAT registered, yung bumili ay input ba tayo eh. Yung seller VAT registered, ikaw ay VAT registered. Ito ang common na tanong. VAT registered ako. Yung buyer, non-VAT. Sabi ng buyer, dapat wala sa VAT kasi non-VAT siya. Tama ba? Mali, di ba? Bakit? Section 105, any person who said vatable. Okay? Wala naman sinabi, any person who said to VAT registered is vatable, any person who said to non-VAT is non-vatable. Diba? So, vatable pa rin. Pag ikaw ay VAT registered, kada sale mo, meron pang 0%. Regardless kung VAT or non-VAT siya. Except, zero rated, VAT exempt, etc. Okay? So, importation of goods, importation, diba? Vatable importation. Of course, unless siya ay non-VAT. I mean, siya ay exempted. Allocated portion on input VAT from capital goods until 2021. Okay, anong nangyari? Ito yung capital goods na binili mo prior to or until December 31, mag-allocate ka pa. Tatapusin mo na lang. Okay? 2022, wala nang allocation. So, lahat ay claimable na. Prorated input VAT on mixed transaction, kaya sinabi natin kanina. Transitional input VAT, kung ikaw ay non-VAT, first time magiging VAT, transitional input VAT. There is a case out of this. Port Bonifacio Development Corporation. Yung BGC, nagkakaso yan. In-assess ni BIR. Kasi before, non-VAT, nung nag-develop si BGC, naging vatable. In-assess ni BIR, nag-claim siya ng transitional input VAT. Dinis-allow ni BIR. Umabot sa Supreme Court. Okay? Sabi niya sa Supreme Court, ano ang logic ng transitional input VAT? Sabi ni Supreme Court, cash flow. Kasi daw, the moment na maging VAT ka, kada benta mo may VAT na. Ngayon, galing ka sa non-VAT, wala ka pang input VAT. Kaya daw, yung percentage ng inventory mo ay allow as transitional input VAT. Yan. 4%. Okay? So yan ang explanation. Pero personally, I would disagree. Bakit? Di ba nga, indirect tax naman si VAT, cash flow ang justification. Pero, kanina ba po sa pinagagaling, di ba kay buyer, di ba kay seller? See? So, hindi ko sinasabi mo kay Supreme Court, may sarili lang akong may sarili lang akong mundo pag hindi. Tama pa rin sa Supreme Court. Okay, so presumptive input VAT with respect to certain industries. Okay, sardines, mackerel, cooking oil, etc. Okay? Then creditable withholding VAT by January 1, 2021. Okay? Okay, so sige, isa-isay natin mo yun. Input VAT must be substantiated and supported. Okay, how to substantiate? Ito, tatandaan nyo dito, kailangan to. Question, ito bang CBIR, ito bang invoices, receipts mo ng input VAT ay isinasubmit kay BIR? Yun ang common na tanong. Ang sagot, hindi. Okay? Hindi sinasubmit. Tinatago, bahala ka sa buhay mo. Pero pag nag-examine siya, pwede niyang tingnan, pag wala kami bigay, disallowed, unsubstantiated. Okay? So, ano dapat ang substantiation? Yun. Importation, import entry. Okay? And document. So, yung VAT dito kadalasan yung resibo ni DOC. Okay, yung manual or yung online. Domestic purchases, invoice showing information, invoicing requirements. Okay? Purchase of real property, yung deed of transfer, tapos yung VAT invoice issued by the seller. Property invoice. Renta receipt. For purchase of services, fees and receipts, showing information, invoicing requirement naman. Cash CRF, POS, cash register machine or point of sale machine. Ayan, valid proof of substantiation, it shows. Pero mapapansin mo, may mga sulat-sulat ang may blanco, I mean. Pag POS, 7-Eleven, for example. Diba, pagbili mo, tingnan na siya yung tape receipt. Question, yun bang tape receipt ay valid claim or support for input VAT? Okay? Sabi dito, valid proof only if it shows information required. Name, address, name, etc. Mga blanco lang naman ano, di ba? Susulatan. Wala sa regulation na pagsulat. Ano ang gagawin mo? Kung seryoso ka, gawa ka ng maliit na, pwedeng talaga ito. Nai-input yan. Okay? Input tax, how to substitute, ba't bumalik? Transitional input tax. Transitional input tax, inventory of goods, deed sale, mag-issue ka ng invoice. Ang problema ko sa deed sale, dapat mag-issue ka ng invoice, hindi mo pa nabibenta yan, issue ka ng invoice. Paano pag nabenta mo? Mag-issue ka na naman ng invoice. Taxable ulit? Depende. Pagka tugma naman ang invoice mo, sa una, yun na yun. Pag mas mataas ang benta mo, may kulang ka. Pag mas mababa, good luck sa iyo. Kakaripan ka ba? Yeah. So, input tax from payments to bank to non-resident, 1,600. Monthly remittance center, 1,600. Kasi 1,600, of course, ito lang form. Yung proof of payment, parang ano yan eh. Parang withholding tax remittance. So, yung form at saka yung proof of payment. Advance VAT on sugar, payment order, creditable withholding VAT from government 2307. Yung 2307, huwag kayong malilito. Dalawang story yun. Two story yun. Yung taas, wala lang. Basta dalawa yun. Yung isa is income tax, yung isa is business tax. Nasa baba ata ang business tax. Nasa taas ang income tax. Okay? Kasi maraming tanong sa mga Facebook. Yung 2307 ba ay pwedeng magamit sa VAT? Yung 2307 ba ay pwedeng magamit sa income tax? Ang sagot, tingnan mo kung saan na naka-fill out. Yung kabila, withholding tax sa income payments. Yung isa, withholding tax on business taxes. Business tax, yan, VAT. Or percentage tax. Yung isa is para sa income tax. Okay, so what are the rules related to VAT invoicing requirements? Okay, ano daw ang nasa invoice? Ayun, a statement of the seller's VAT registered person, followed by team, yung OR or SI. Ano ilalagay? Yan. Total amount which the purchaser pays or is obligated to pay the seller with indication that such amount includes VAT provided that, ayun, amounts and be sold as transparent naman ang VAT. Kung magkano, kung may VAT o wala, naka-indicate sa return. Kung may VAT, magkano yung VAT. Okay? So, hindi na pwede, hindi na rin sticker rule ahead. Diba lagi nakagano'n lang. Ilagay mo, magkano ang, sa schedule, VATable sales, magkano, VAT, magkano. Zero rated, magkano, wala nang VAT. Okay? So, transparent yun. If the sale is exempt from VAT, VAT exempt, rated, or printed prominently on the invoice or receipt. If the sale is subject to 0%, then zero rated sale. Again, so pwedeng naka-stamp, pwedeng written on the face of the invoice. If sale involves goods, properties, or services, some of which are VATable, and some of which are zero rated or exempt, the invoice or receipt shall clearly indicate. Yan ay breakdown. VATable amount, zero rated amount, exempt amount, VAT talagay mo. Ipirin mo yung sulat kamay mo. Kasi napapansin ko, hindi conscious. Sinusulatan lahat. Okay? So, matakaw yung yan. The seller has the option to issue separate invoice. Kung gusto mo naman, meron kang VAT invoice or OR. Meron kang VAT exempt. Meron kang VAT zero rated. Kung zero rated, yung zero rated lang gamitin mo kung exempt. Or pwede nandun na sila all together as one. Vatable, zero rated. In the case of sales in the amount of 1,000 pesos or more, where the sale or transfer is made to a VAT registered person, yan, no? Pero yan ang rules. 1,000 or more, name, business style, address, TIN. Pero pag si BR naghanap, kahit not more than 1,000, hanapan niya ng name. Sabi sabihin, pag in-assess ka ng BIR, kasi yung resibo mo, yung invoice mo, ay walang name, walang address, walang TIN, ang argumento mo, pag less than 1,000 yun, ito. Pag more than 1,000, wala ka wala. Okay, so ibig sabihin, hindi lahat ng ORSI ay dapat kompleto by name. Of course, the best. Pero based on rules, 1,000 or more. Okay? So, ayun, next. RR 6-2022. Okay, validity, 5 years. May ATP, 5 years ang validity kay Commissioner Anaras nito eh. Ngayon, in-extend. I mean, tinanggal na ang validity. So, ibig sabihin, kailan ba ito naging effective? 15 days upon publication, July 1, July 16, 2022. So, kung may resibo, invoice, or OR na valid pa siya as of July 16, okay? Mag-i-expire siya after effectivity of this disregarded 5 years. Okay? Magagamit pa rin siya as is. Di ba dati, pag nag-expire, wala na, tapo na yan. Kuha ka bagong ATP. Pag delete ka ATP, penalty ka. Tapos sasabihin pa, kailan nag-expire? Nag-expire, sabihin, July 1, nag-expire yung ATP mo. 5 years. Ngayon, kumuha ka ng September. Ang dami mong inisyo. Sabihin, ang dami mong inisyo na expired. Good as done issue once. Penalty yung kada isa. Okay? So yun, ito sinasabi, wala na 5 years. Pero, kung nag-expire yun, bago ang effectivity nito, hindi na yan sa akin. Okay? Yan lang nag-expire during the effectivity. Okay? RR 8-2022. 2022. Ano naman to? Yung electronic e-receipts invoice. Ito na kay train. Pilipinas, malungkot kasi nahuli tayo sa mga online, sa mga automation. Pero masaya dahil kahit paano catching up. This is one. Electronic receipts, electronic invoices, mandatory for these taxpayers. Export of goods and services, engage in e-commerce, under large taxpayers service. So mandatory sila mag-undergo ng e-receipts. Okay, and 9/2022, ito sinasabi naman, acceptability, admissibility of sales documents na galing sa e-sales, e-invoices. I mean, e-receipts, e-invoices. Okay, sinasabi dito, hindi ko na, so July 1, immediately after publication yun. Ang sinasabi kasi dito, pag nag-a-apply ng refund, yung mga inisyuhan, yung mga industries na yan, ay kailangan pa daw mag-print ng manual. I mean, i-print yung online. Ang sinasabi dito, kahit wala ng printed copy, pwedeng magamit ang validated ng system for VAT refund for substantiation. Okay? So yun. At saka, may sinasabi din dito yung imprinting, diba, zero rated, except imprinted or imprinted or stamp. Ayun, basta validated, hindi na daw kailangan. So this runs as an exception to the general rule. Okay? So implication at visibility ng e-receipts invoice. Okay, capital goods. Ayun, capital goods. At tingnan na lang natin, December 30, 31, 2021. Basta dito tatandaan nyo, pag bumili ka ng capital goods, number 1, yan ay subject sa depreciation. Tapos number 2, aggregate cost in a month exceeds 1 million. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? Bumili ka sa sasakyan, 900,000. Bumili ka ng mga mesa. Ang mesa ba, subject sa depreciation? Pwede, hindi. Eh bakit? Meron kang threshold, ang asset mo ay 1,000 more than. Yung binili mong mesa, promo, 900 lang. Expense na yan. In your, okay, joke lang. Pero totoo naman, diba? So, aggregate, bumili ka sa sasakyan, 900,000. Bumili ka ng mesa, 200,000. Lahat. So, subject to depreciation pa ang mesa? Yes. Yung sasakyan? Yes. Ang aggregate ba nila ay 1 million more than? Yes. Pasok siya. Okay? So, paano yan? I-allocate mo ang input back. Paano na-allocate? Magkakaiba yun. Individually. Sasakyan, 5 years. Pwede, ilan ang input back? 900,000 times 12% divided by 60 months. Yan ang monthly na i-allocate. Yung mesa, ilan? 3 years. O, edi 200,000 times 12% divided by 36. Yun ang amortization. Pero if you acquire assets subject to depreciation after December 31, 2021, magkakalimutan na tayo sa allocation. Okay? So yan. Pero yung binili mo at 2 December 31, itutuloy mo yung amortization. Okay, may sample pa. Yan na natin. Diba? Ito ay, capital goods illustration. Yan na natin. Okay, 1990 naman, no? Kikita ko, parang gutom na kayo eh. How does final VAT on government money payments apply? Okay. So, government. Ito, ang konsepto naman dito. Pagka si government, dati, final VAT, ngayon, creditable VAT. Pag nagbenta ka kay government, papasahan mo ng 12%. Pag nagbayad si government, hindi natin pinag-usapan kung kailan, kung gaano katagal, kung gaano kabilis. Pag nagbayad si government, mag-withhold siya ng 5%. So 12, 5 ang i-withhold niya, 7 ang matitira. Okay. Standard input ng 7. Ibig sabihin, wala ka nang ibang babayaran on top of the 5%. Kaya final VAT. Okay? So ngayon, magdi-difference na lang. Yung bang actual input VAT mo doon sa binenta mo sa gobyerno ay mas mataas o mas mababa sa 7% na standard input. That is just a matter of accounting convenience. Pag mas mataas, ang actual is 7%, talo ka o panalo ka? Talo. Mas malaki input VAT mo eh. Diba? Ibig sabihin, mas konti ang babayaran mo. So, talo ka. Eh ngayon, offset yun. No? So, additional loss mo. Deducted mo. Eh naman, pag konti lang ang actual input, sa 7%, talo panalo. Panalo. So, may other income ka. Ang wala sinabi sa rule, di ba? Other income, incidental income, may 12%. Wala sinabi sa rule, kung ang other income ka, batable din. Sobra naman yung galing sa patrons. Ba't naman? Okay, so, yun. Ngayon, naging, pinalitan na itong Official Development Assistance. Naging, bye-bye values. Isinama sa trade. Okay, so, January 1, 2021, the VAT withholding system under sunset from final to creditable. Ngayon, wala tayong problema. So, withholding government, parang ita-tax credit mo lang. Okay? Ang naging problema lang, itong issue 1 is kasi, ito na-update na nila. Yung workaround. Okay? Double check na lang, double check kung na-update na. Yung workaround from creditable. Okay? So yan, input back on exempt sales. Okay, at tatandaan mo naman dito yan, yung apportionment. How does input back on mixed transactions apply? Okay, yan, I think na straight naman kanina, no, yung papel, isang production ng papel, yung production nun may input back. Sabihin natin, 10 million worth ng production. Isang proseso lang. So, ngayon, out of that, ibinenta, batable, zero-rated, exempt government. So, hindi mo ma-identify. Out of the 10 million production with input back, alin doon ang para sa gobyerno? Hindi naman, iba pag specifically identifiable. Itong batch na process na to para sa batable. Yung kasunod na batch, lahat ng zero-rated. Yung kasunod na batch, lahat ng exempt. So in other words, specifically identifiable ano ang input VAT dun sa batch na yan. So, kung hindi by batch ka para sa specific sales classification, ang mangyayari, bultuhan ang production mo, ang benta mo, i-channel out matable, zero rate, etc. That is where this will apply. Or in real world, may renta kami up and down. Diba? Yung benta namin, may batable, may zero rated. Yung export, may zero rated. Yung mga tao, di mo na lahat naman ng account. Yung isang staff, ang hinawa kanyang kliyente, batable. Yung hinawa kanyang isa, zero rated. So, hindi namin ma-identify. Ngayon, yung input back ng renta, saan namin i-apply? Sa batable or sa zero rated? Yan ang sample ng business. Okay, yan. Basta. Advance payment ng sugar, di ko alam yun. Di mo naman advance payment ng sugar. Okay, sige, 5 minutes. Okay na eh. Any question? Ano naman na? Other related. Okay, who are required to register as VAT? Okay, so sabi natin, lahat ay batable ang premise ng rules. Kaya, exception, ayun, batable siya, hindi siya lalagpas ng 3 million, previous na 1.5, pwede siyang mag-register as non-VAT. In which case, liable siya 3% or 1% of 2023. Okay? So, by that time na nag-exceed na siya sa threshold ng 3 million, mandatory mag-upgrade to VAT. Tapos, magiging liable na siya the month following the month na nag-exceed siya ng VAT. Kung hindi siya nakapag-update, liable sa VAT, walang input VAT. Okay? So, liable sa VAT, pero wala siyang input VAT. Okay. Hindi siya liable sa percentage. Unless magbayad siya, pagkakagulo. Okay? Kaya dapat, alayin nyo, i-monitor kung non-VAT. And a common na issue dyan, yun nga, si BIR, from the very start of the year, sinacharge siya ng VAT. Hindi from that time na nag-exceed. I-contest na. Okay? So, franchise grantees ito, yung All TV, 10 million. Diba? Bago yung All TV. 10 million pag radio, television, broadcasting, yung threshold ng VAT. Less than this, yung kikitain, kita nila is non-VAT. More than that, that threshold. Who are required to register as non-VAT or VAT exempt. Okay. So, ito ang pino-point out ko. Ito, TESA and other Ecosol registered enterprises enjoying preferential tax rate of 5% in new taxes. Gusto niya na VAT or VAT exempt. Pero sabi ko, itinanong ko minsan ito kay BIR eh. Kasi taga-BIR, hindi kay BIR. Webinar. Hindi na sagot. Layo na sagot. Milyon-milyon sagot. Sabihin, hindi siya conscious. Okay. Anyway, iba kasi ang topic. Registration ng topic. At tinanong ko, registration din naman to, pero related sa design. So, yun. Di ba kanina sa RR 2121, ano sabi? Pag ikaw PESA, ITH ka, ikaw ay VAT registered. Pag ikaw maging 5% na after lapse ng iyong ITH within 2 months from lapse, dapat non-VAT registration ka. Pero the same thing. Okay, yung duda ko. So, yun. All the rest are basic. VAT exempt persons under Section 109 register as VAT. Individuals, yung mga TikTok, may term hindi, yung mga takatak, mga making both ends meet, yan, 100,000. Non-stock, non-profit organization and association engaged in trade or business, gross sales do not exceed, parang threshold lang yan. Cooperatives other than electric, however, they're required to pay registration fee, SBMA. Okay. So, pag ikaw magre-registro naman, yan, VAT, registration fee, withholding tax. So, withholding tax para applicable pag magre-registro ka. Ay, kung sole prop ka, bihira ang final. Kung corporation, most probably mag-apply yan, mag-dividend ka. Okay? Income tax, dog stamp, taglasan one time. Question, pag ang tax type hindi registered, meron kang transaction, liable ka sa tax type na yun na hindi registered, liable to tax ka pa rin ba? Siyempre. Di ba? Hindi naman required ang registration para maging liable. Ang liability is naka-attach sa transaction, hindi sa registration. Kasi may narinig akong usap-usapan, nagmamarites, sabi, hindi naman registered ako sa doc stamp, bakit ako magpa-file? Eh, marami sa transaction, subject sa doc stamp. So, do you think sasabihin kay BRR, kaya sabi BRR, oh, merong transaction subject sa doc stamp. Tapos argue niya, with due respect, I am not registered, therefore I am not liable. Huwag na tayo lahat mag-registro para hindi tayo maging liable, di ba? Okay, so next. Libro. Okay. Books of accounts. Ngayon, ano ba ang klase ng books? Manual, books of account, sinusulat. Pero sa kliyente, ayaw loose leaf. Manual books. Ang nangyari, yung tatlong staff dito, pumunta ng Makati ng 1 linggo ata para magsulat. Nagbayad naman siya. Okay, so manual, sulat. Dati, printed ang Excel, kukuha ng paste, kakat tapos i-paste doon. Hindi na ngayon kukuha yun. Pag manual, sulat. Okay? Number 2, loose leaf. Yung loose leaf, Excel, pero hindi computerized. Paano yun? Sabihin, gagawin mo sa Excel, pero hindi yan yung computerized software or accounting software ang registro. So, at the end of the year, ipiprint mo yun, tapos ipapastamp kay BIR within 15 days from end of year. Yung loose leaf. Pero paano ka mag-loose leaf? Susulat ka kay BIR ng love letter, magpapaalam para i-approve yung format. Pag na-approve yung format, di ka na magsusulat. Etc. Or, yung bawal na technique, gumagamit ng accounting software na hindi registered o hindi nire-registro, ita-download ang output, tatanggalin ang traces na galing sa accounting software para hindi ka penalize. Bawal na technique. Sinasabi kong bawal. Hindi ko sinasabi, gagayahin nyo. Mali. Hindi natin ito na mali. Okay? Yan ang loose leaf. Yung isa, computerized accounting, computerized na software or accounting software. QuickBooks, MYOB. Alam mo ba, ibig sabihin MYOB? Mind your own business. Totoo yun ang ibig sabihin niya. Alam mo, wala pa kailangan. MYOB, page 3 yata, wala na, or zero. So, zero. Dati kami QuickBooks, ngayon zero. Okay? Tapos, yung isa is computerized accounting system. Ayan, yung buong. So, ito, kung ikaw ay manual, kadalasan pag-VAT 6. Receipts, journal ledger, cash receipts, cash disbursement. Ito ay subsidiary ng cash disbursement. Ito ay subsidiary ng cash receipts. Kaya yung ibang RDO, 4 lang, pero ito, in place dun sa 2. Okay? Yeah. Then, sabi ko na. Or simplified bookkeeping. Meron pang isa. Simplified, parang isang single entry. Single entry. Isang blue book, may nabibigyan sa book sa blue book, tapos kada month may isang page. Tapos dahil sa likod, kino-convert niya ang single entry to double entry. All the rest are on double entry. Manual. Okay. Excess VAT input or refund. Okay, so refund. Gusto niyo ba? Okay na tayo. Pag-refund naman ito. So technically, tapos na tayo sa VAT. An option na lang. Okay, kung ikaw magre-refund, 2 years from the quarter of sale, complete supporting documents, 90 days appeal in the BIR, pag na-delay ka, 30 days appeal ka, or, ang sabi natin, in action, walang in action. Okay? So yan, ito yung process. Okay, I think, okay na tayo. Administrative requirement. Ito na lang. The following are other applicable administrative requirements. Suspension, yung upland kandado. Upland kandado. Okay? So, suspension of business operation. Temporary lang yun, hindi forever. Suspension. Mayroon kang nagawa na, mayroon kang hindi nagawa
who traveled all the way here from Rojas, and to all of you who gave their precious time to attend this seminar. To all the people who is behind the success of this event, the partners, the staffs, thank you for making this event a remarkable one. Thank you once again, and have a happy weekend, everyone. Thank you.
Mabuhay Pilipinas! Welcome to G. Pagaspas Partners and Company CPAs, a mid-sized full-service accounting firm with head office in Ayala, Makati and global outsourcing hub in Kalibo, Aklan. In GPP CPAs, we position ourselves as a one-stop shop for foreign investors, assisting clients from selecting the right company structure for their Philippine operations, formally setting up entities in the Philippines, and ensuring proper business compliance while operating. Our support services such as Mabuhay Pilipinas! Welcome to G. Pagaspas Partners and Company CPAs, a mid-sized full-service accounting firm with head office in Ayala, Makati and global outsourcing hub in Kalibo, Aklan. In GPP CPAs, we position ourselves as a one-stop shop for foreign investors, assisting clients from selecting the right company structure for their Philippine operations, formally setting up entities in the Philippines, and ensuring proper business compliance while operating. Our support services such as HR services, payroll service, corporate housekeeping, disbursement management, and liaison support are designed to help our clients focus more on their core business without much thinking of their administrative works. As a Bureau of Immigration duly accredited agent, GPP CPAs ensures that foreign investors, along with their expat employees, have an immediate helpline entering and working in the Philippines with the appropriate Philippine visa work permit, and related papers through our Philippine Visa Application Service. In GPP CPAs, we are committed to deliver our service based on the global standard. To ensure continuity of our service in this fast-changing business environment, we continuously develop business strategies that will ensure the delivery of our service based on our commitment. Our global outsourcing hub located outside Metro Manila ensures that our firm has a good manpower supply to deliver our client commitments while giving a bigger opportunity to the highly capable professionals located outside the metropolitan area. As a firm of seasoned generation, we ensure giving high priority to our team members' technical and personal development. In GPP CPAs, our working environment is a place where our team members can still fulfill their personal life duties despite the demands of our profession and grow despite of the special conditions. As we render our services, we enhance the good momentum of our partnership with our clients while maintaining public value as our contributions to the society's well-being. Embedding on every member the culture of credibility, professionalism, and accountability to uphold the quality of our service and support and adopt our stakeholders' sense for business. As a local accounting firm positioned to service foreign investors, strengthening our global presence through our global affiliation, various global referral partners, and a strong affiliate of Tax and Accounting Center is always our top strategy. In GPP CPAs, we work with global clients, global partners, and team members with global capability.